Hello.
Hello, and
Hi.
welcome to Mysterium. Wildcards. I did this last time. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Wildcards Interludes Mysterium in New Orleans. It's a very succinct name. Thank you very much for saying that you liked it. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I am Meghan Caves. For anyone who is new to us today, since we are a part of Gen Con Online, welcome. No worries. The first episode is going to be recapped, so you can pick up right here. You don't have to go and watch anything beforehand. So don't worry about that. We're so glad to have you. And also, we're glad to have everybody that we always have. You guys are fantastic. So thanks for being here again. Yeah, let's see. What else do I need to tell you guys about? So this is, for anyone who is new, this is Wildcards. Wildcards is normally our Savage World show. It is right now. Normally, this guy, Jordan Caves.
Hi,
I don't know where he is
it's
in
me.
relation to that guy. He's
Where is he set up?
Normally the GM of this show, but right now we are in between new campaigns. We will be starting one very soon, so you're here at like the most perfect spot. Yeah, you should be excited. That's right, screaming and jumping and like clapping. That's exactly what you should be doing.
We can hear all of you doing
We
that.
can hear it. Yeah, we can. Oh my goodness.
What
Anyway,
the hell is that?
but
Oh,
we
okay.
we do use the Savage Worlds system. So if you're brand new to it, well, oh my God, you are welcome because it's a great system and you've come to the right place. Yeah, so this game is a spooky game. And actually, this is a good spot to give you the content warning. So this game will consist of horror. It will consist of some potential allusions to torture, gore, and hauntings, things of that nature. So if any of that is triggering for you, just be aware that we will be touching on that today. Yeah, I think now let's go around and we'll have everybody introduce themselves. Let's begin with Gaurav today. So tell them who you are, tell them your character, and just a little bit about your character, and then tell them what you think is happening in this house.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Grav Galati, and I play Ellsworth Chant, who is a automatic writing psychic. Automatic writing, for those that don't know, is when someone lets a spirit speak through them using words. So basically, he will hold a pen, and a spirit will guide their hand and have them write usually just one word to tell what's happening to the spirit or what's going on around them. What was my question again, Megan?
What do you think is happening in that?
Do you think is happening in this
yeah.
house?
So I sort of, Ellsworth sort of actually said this at the end, so I'm going to sort of reiterate. So he was thinking that the family that lives in this house, they recruit homeless people essentially to give them jobs and give them a better life, give them something to do in the house, and then use those skills elsewhere. So he was thinking, like, because a lot of the stuff that was happening was keys were going missing and a lot of the renovation that was happening on the house was being undone. So he thinks maybe the staff is doing this. But then it doesn't really make sense because, they went upstairs and there was books flying around and actual spirits writing stuff. So it doesn't really check out. So he's not too sure at this moment now.
Very good. Thank you. Now we'll go up and we'll go to Dom.
Hi, my name's Dom Zook, and I am playing the amazing Mesmero, also known as Archibald Laporte. He is the world's greatest magician. Thank you very much. And he has the power of telekinesis and can move things with his mind, sometimes when the dice work out for him. Yeah, that's the amazing Mesmero. And what I think is happening in this house is that it's being haunted right now.
I like that. I like it. Thank you. Thank
Direct,
you.
to the point.
To the point. Yes, very specific. Let's hop over to JP now.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jordan Pridgeon, and I am playing Horace Duncombe III, who is a somewhat aristocratic, experienced paranormal investigator. he styles himself as a necroplasmologist and believes that there is a scientific explanation for supernatural phenomena, as it were. And so, are you asking what I think is happening, or what Horace thinks is happening?
Either way you want to answer it.
Horace thinks that the hostess is like a supernatural tourist and just wants to be in books and stuff, so has set up something to like try and get us to write stories about how haunted her house is. That's what Horace thinks.
Very good. Thank you. All right. And last but not least, we'll go over to JCC.
Hi, my name is Jordan Caves-callarman, and I am ordinarily the GM of Wildcards, but I am getting to play in all of these, which is great. So I will be playing Michael Wanderstock, who is a New Orleans local and a occult bookshop owner down in the French Quarter, and also through means that he will never reveal, Michael gained the ability to cloud people's minds and temporarily become invisible to the naked eye. What does Michael think is happening in this house? I don't think I know what's happening in the house yet, but I definitely think something is up with Lady McCarthy, Marie, our gracious hostess. Michael does not trust her at all, specifically because she seems to be aware of what it is that he can do, and he likes to keep that a very closely guarded secret.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So these are your psychics for this evening.
Wait, I forgot to say one thing.
Oh,
which
yes,
is that besides being a scholar, Horace is also actually a pendulum diviner. Like he does have some psychic abilities that he doesn't quite admit. Sorry.
He doesn't think that's what it is.
No.
Yes. Very true. All right. So since we do have hopefully some new folks with us today, tell you a little bit about our channel here. So we are an independent channel, which means that everything is done mostly through volunteer work and by all of us. Through our blood, sweat, and tears, we keep this channel afloat. So what you can do here at our channel is you can subscribe, you can tip, you can do both of those things. You can use bits, you can, what was the other thing I was just thinking of? Oh no, I forgot it. Anyway, you can do
Patreon?
that. We also have a Patreon, yes, but I thought there was something else. Anyway,
Send us your blood.
They can mail us blood. Yeah, that's the
you
other
can
thing.
mail us blood.
Yeah.
Yes, please don't. And you get various different things with those. So because we are an independent channel, your tips, your subs, all of those things go to help continue to bring this content to you. But also, when you tip, there are a few extra benefits that you can actually see if you put in ! unlocks. You can see what those unlocks are tonight. So we have a tier system. As we go up in the amount of tips that are tipped for a particular show, different things get unlocked. Now, one of those unlocks, for those who are new here, I did mention that we have a new campaign coming up, and we also have a series of clues that can be unlocked towards what that new campaign is. And tonight, there's the opportunity to unlock the very last clue. So I'm just saying, this is an exciting time for everybody. Yes, it's very exciting. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, yes. With your subs, you do get to give a reroll to either me, the GM, or to the table, which is everyone else. They use it communally.
A reroll?
A reroll.
Or maybe
tonight
something.
we are calling it a talisman. It is a talisman. But yes, you can do that. And they do come quite in handy, I will say. And of course, the different tier levels of subs allow you to have more. If you second tier gives you 2 rerolls, and the third tier gives you 4, which is pretty fancy pants in my opinion. Yeah, I think that covers. Did I miss anything, JCC? I think that covers all of how the rewards work. The next thing that I want to do is something that is very exciting, and it's to spoil something for you guys. So if we just happen to have any Doomtown players here, or anyone who wants to learn about Doomtown, I highly recommend. It's wonderful. It's based on, it's from Pinnacle Entertainment's Deadlands, and it's a card game, and it's kind of like, it has its own history, but it's really cool. Anyway, we just so happen to have
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Oh, keep
before-
talking. Okay.
Yeah.
We just so
Vent for
happen
a
to have a
moment.
brand new card that we get to spoil for you today. And it just so happens to be like the coolest card ever.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
let's
it
be
is.
real.
It
It's
is.
the second coolest card
Prettiest
ever.
card
Oh.
you've ever seen. So yeah, you should be really excited that you're here. And
This is from the new Doomtown set,
yes,
which is
Yes.
called Welcome to Deadwood.
welcome
This
to
is the
Deadwood.
second card that they've spoiled. If you want
Okay.
if you want to see the first one, you should go join their Patreon.
Okay, I'm ready. You ready?
Yes.
There you go. There's the new card.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm so
Rosaline
excited.
Byrne.
Look at it, it's so
Yeah.
good. I'm so excited. For those of you who don't know, our very
we got
first
too excited.
Our very first campaign here at Wildcards was Deadlands. And so that is a supernatural Wild West setting. And that is my character, Rosaline, who is a huckster, soiled dove.
She's
That's right.
part of the Outlaws faction, and she is a zero draw, one influence character for 3 Ghost Rock, no upkeep. She also has a grifter ability, which essentially allows you to like super mulligan at the start of a game, which is really, really powerful. In addition
Yeah.
to being a huckster,
With like a skill. I know a lot of you guys don't know how this game works, but like with a skill and 0 upkeep and like the grifter ability to like draw, like to switch out 2 cards from your starting hand, this is going to be like a really good starting dude for huckster posses. So I'm excited about it.
Also, when you play this card, you have to yell "draw" at whoever you're playing with. Just
Yeah.
scream it at them. You do
Them's the rules.
Yeah.
Shouted at everybody. Yes. So that
So
was
very cool.
our fun little thing we get to spoil today. Thank you to David Lapp and Pinebox Entertainment, for putting us in the game, which is freaking amazing, and also
Oh.
for letting us spoil the card. It's so exciting.
I just realized something, because Rosaline, if her bullet was silver, she would be a stud. But instead, because it's copper, she's a
draw.
Then you could yell draw, right?
I mean,
She's
I
like,
wasn't
exactly.
know that.
A draw.
Yay!
She's a draw.
Very good. All right. Oh, I'm eating my own hair. Please, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
The next thing we will do is actually, we're going to go over and check out the tiers that have been unlocked, and toast. Oh, that is another thing. That's what I should have mentioned. Toast. You can buy toast here. They are $15, or you can tip however much you want and still get a toast. But basically you can say something short, sweet, that's not mean, and we will toast and say it here on stream. So feel free to do that. It's a lot of fun. We also have some gold toasts. Do we have any of those still available, or are they gone?
I think there are a few still available. Yeah.
So gold is what you accumulate by watching our channel. And if you have enough gold, I believe are they 500 gold?
It's 500 gold. Yes.
And there are 5 of those at the beginning of the show. Usually
Incredibly
they're
good
gone very
deal.
quick. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can get a toast that way. So that is also out there for you. Have fun with that. So having said all of that, let's go over, let me pull up the proper document here. I have too many documents, and we will do some toasts because we do have quite a few here. All right, the first one is from Vampire54. I think we have found the founder of all weird bookstores with Michael. To book!
Book.
Book.
Cheers.
1 second, I'm getting a low battery notification for some reason, so I got to figure out why my computer is unplugged.
Oh, no. Okay,
Oh,
Don't do that.
no worries, you do that. All right, the next one we have here is from Owen Lean. Finally have a little money to toast again. Now, how are this bunch of Vidalias gonna manage in New Orleans? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Thank you very much, Owen. Cheers.
cheers.
The next one is from RD Armand. Ooh, spooky, scary stuff, eh, kids? Yes, indeed. Cheers.
Cheers.
God,
next
what
one's
goofy
from-
mood.
Neva, and Omar. It says, to the next Wildcards campaign, East Texas Retirement Home, starring the Pine Box Pensioners. You got it. You figured us out. You figured us out. Cheers.
I'll drink to
Cheers.
that.
Cheers.
The next one is from Zarfan. Bon chance, mes amis. You are all my favorite. Oh, thank you. Very good. That is good luck, my loves, or something similar. I think years of French, so.
Cheers.
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 PSP
Cheers.
Care says, phenomena. Do, phenomena. Do. I don't think the
Oh,
youngest
no.
Phenomena.
I
Do,
didn't get it.
do.
Exactly.
Oh, that one,
yeah.
yes.
Phenom-
Do,
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 do.
do. Phenomena. Do, do,
Very
do,
good,
do,
very
do,
good.
do,
I do
do,
actually
do,
know
do,
that one.
do, do, do,
Cheers.
do,
Cheers.
Phenomena.
E.G.
Phenomena.
Serket says, still have no idea about the clues, but now that moving is over, maybe I can finally devote some brain power to it. Well, I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, good
Thank
luck
you for
with
being
that.
here. Cheers.
Cheers.
This last one. This is the one.
It's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, we have another one that is coming in, so we'll let that one come in real quick.
Okay.
But we do have a few talismans, so let's go ahead and
Ooh.
pass those out. The first one is from Desk.
Ooh.
It moved on me, and that one goes to the table.
Oh, thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
The next one is Jack of Diamonds V10 gives one to the table.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Why, thank you.
The next one is Zavon 45, and they give one to me. Thank you very much.
Mega Leggin.
Mega Leggin.
No, no.
Corey Dawn gives one to the table.
Thank you.
And I skipped one. Zwatter gives one to me. Thank you very much.
Megan Leggin.
Mega Leggin.
Modern Child gives one to the table.
Thank you, Modern
Yay.
Child.
Thank you.
Simi David 95 gives one to the table and one to me. Why,
Oh,
thank you so
no.
much.
Oh,
Eric Blish gives one to the table.
Thank you.
Why, thank you.
ETU Circuit gives one to the table as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Holgoff gives one to the table.
Thank
Oh
you.
my. Rocky
Thank
Mountain Games. Hello, Rocky Mountain Games gives one to me. Thank you very much.
Megan Leggin.
Mega Leggin.
Monkey Ninja 99 gives one to the table.
Thank you, Monkey Ninja.
Thank
Table. What?
Wherewithal, that's a fun name. Wherewithal gives one to the table.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ruarks gives one to the table.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank
We're
you.
the
Herding
table.
Snails gives one to the table.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Okay. That is
It's
all
just
for
making
right
up for the fact
now.
that we got like none last time.
Oh, and we have one more toast, so we can do that real quick. And it is from Siamath. All alone, even when I was a child, I've always known there was something to be frightened of, and I can see it coming from the edge of the room, creeping in the streetlight, holding my hand in the pale gloom. Can you see it coming now? I feel like that's a song, but I don't know which one. So
Is
if
that
it
Phil
I'm
Collins'
sorry.
song?
I
Oh.
Phil Collins.
Feel it coming from the
Meaning
corner of the
after
room.
I love
Oh,
it.
Lord.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Siamath.
I like it.
I think
And
one
we
came
have-
in. One came in via gold. I think just letting the mods know. DJ regular, if you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we
Ooh.
got that one before or not. And I will say, if you're thinking that you missed last week's episode, hang on, because we're about to play a recap of last week's episode, so you won't be lost here.
No
although you can
worries.
still watch the old episode. Anyway,
We
go
do
for it.
have one more talisman from Bugs Bear, which goes to the table. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
thank you, Bugs
Thank
Bear.
you.
Thank you.
And our first tier has been unlocked, which is bennies. That means all of you get extra bennies, but we haven't even passed out your regular
Yeah.
bennies yet.
Oh,
So let's do that real quick. Mr. Chant, you get 4 bennies, I do believe.
Yes, I'm a lucky fellow. 4.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
And 3 for Mr. Duncombe. And 3 for Mr. Wonderstock. And
Thank you very
3 for
much.
Mr. Laporte.
Thank you.
And then I get 4, 1 for each of you. I could get 5 because there also happens to be a dog, and I could count that dog, but I haven't because I'm nice.
And
Wait,
then we all
does my
get an
dog
extra
get
Benny.
bennies?
And then you all get 1 more Benny because
Nice.
the lovely spirit guides in chat have unlocked it for you.
Thank you, spirits.
I think
Yes.
St. George should get bennies, right?
No, no bennies for St. George.
I don't think so.
I could
Okay,
use my bennies on him, so.
We have one more toast that we can do right here before we jump in from Vampire 54. If you have more questions about streaming, get in the time machine for earlier today. That's a good point. Just
Very
hop in the
true.
time machine.
Yeah.
Cheers.
See you
Thank
in the
very
past.
much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And it looks like RPG Clyde would like to give one talisman to the table.
Yay!
RPG
Guys,
Clyde.
Got
Yay!
lots of talismans.
RPG
Very good. Okay.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, one other thing I want to mention. Last time the spirit guides unlocked a I forget what I called it, a tonic for the soul is what I believe I called it, which allows you all to get rid of 2 fatigue for anybody. So it could be 2 people it's like 2 doses. Each dose is a fatigue. So you
Okay.
still have that, and you can do that at any point.
I'm
Well-
sure a good night of sleep in this haunted mansion probably took care of that fatigue right off.
So I think we're at the point where spirit guides, center yourselves. Rather, psychics, center yourselves. Also,
Yeah.
spirit guides.
There should
And-
be one more from RPG Clyde, I believe.
Oh, one more from
RPG
RPG
Yeah.
Clyde.
Yeah, RPG
Okay, I might have
Clyde.
deleted it too fast.
Clyde.
Was it also? I will say it's to the table for right now until I hear different. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One other thing though that I didn't do are our sponsors. We have Hero Forge. If you guys don't know about Hero Forge, you should go check them out because you can
Ooh.
essentially print your very own miniature, and very soon you can do it in color. Some people can do it in color like that if you did back
Oh.
the Kickstarter. Highly recommend Hero Forge. Do we have a code with them?
I don't know. No,
Okay.
no, we
just
don't.
like them.
We don't. Yeah,
And
we
then
like
our-
we like Hero Forge, and they've been
We
very
like them, yes.
very kind to
Our-
us.
Other sponsor is startplaying.games, which is a new platform, which is essentially GMs can put games up there and you can go and choose a GM's game and have a game run by said GM. And as a matter of fact, 2 of those GMs are right here. Me and Dom are currently on there. Anyone can sign up for it. So check it out. It's really, really cool.
It's like having Gen Con year round.
That's
It
true.
is.
That's very
Yes,
true.
it is
Megan,
indeed.
Megan is running a Mysterium game, and I am running an Indiana Jones and a DuckTales game, all set in
Wow.
Savage Worlds. So if you like what you see here and want to play a game with us, please come play a game with us.
Can I play
the
DuckTales with
notorious-
Indiana Jones?
Yes.
Okay, I'm in.
The notorious
quick.
brutal and savage world of DuckTales.
Real quick before we recap, we do have one more toast from Ruworks. Finally here live and hoping we unlock that final clue. I hope you do too. I hope you
Yeah.
do. Cheers. Thank you very
Cheers.
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 much. And PEG Jody,
Jody.
I feel like I stuck
Hi,
all those
Jody.
together. Gives one talisman to the table. And
Thank
if
you.
Thank
find
you.
folks who are new to us don't know who PEG Jody is, all the PEG folks are from Pinnacle Entertainment. They are the company that makes Savage Worlds, and they are fantastic. So just letting you
That's
know,
so
I've outed you
Savage
guys.
Savage Clint is in here. And
Awesome.
Hi,
as
Clint.
well, and PEG Jody.
All right.
And
They
David
are
Lapp.
all great.
Oh, now
Okay.
that we have centered ourselves, I think it's time to recap what happened last week. Last time on Wildcards Interludes Mysterium. In January of 1924, the well-known philanthropist and British socialite Marie McCarthy and her architect husband Leonard requested immediate assistance from 4 psychics due to supernatural occurrences in the house they were currently renovating, the Gardette-Le-Petre home in the New Orleans French Quarter. Mrs. McCarthy hand-selected 4 psychics known to be experts in their fields, including the world-renowned pendulum diviner and self-titled necroplasmologist Horace Duncombe III, the sought-after automatic writer and expert spiritualist Ellsworth Chant, the charismatic and show-stopping magician, the amazing Mesmero,
and a local mysterious occult bookshop owner, Michael Wonderstock. The four arrived in luxury and style at the McCarthy's expense and were immediately treated as royalty. Marie lived up to her reputation for ensuring her guests were pampered and treated with the utmost respect, and took them on a tour of the entire home while revealing the dark history of the manor, also known as the Sultan's Palace. The psychics learned of the bloody past in which a large gathering of people were brutally murdered, and not found until the following morning when a stream of blood was noticed by a passerby pouring out of the front entrance. The psychics were directed to the third floor, which had yet to be renovated as the spot with the most supernatural activity. Very quickly the paranormal occurrences began, books flying, walls bleeding, bones in hidden compartments found. Yet something still seemed amiss. The Lady McCarthy kept closer tabs on the group than they would have preferred, and as soon as it seemed she could, she whisked them away, fed them a light dinner, and bid them good night. The psychics compared the suspicions of the house and the lady presiding over it, and bid each other good night to be well rested for what the morning would bring. However, in the night, each of the psychics was visited by the bloody ghost of a young woman who left each of them with what appeared to be information of some kind, including a note that read, "Find Lulu White. Do not trust Marie."
And that is what you missed last week if you were not here. So you are ready to jump in right now. Right before we do, just so we can get them all covered, get back to them, we do have another talisman to go to me from Savage Clint. Thank you very much.
Leggin.
I will take it. And then also, we have one more toast from Bat.
Oh, it's still there. Oh, cool.
Sorry, I was late.
It's cool.
Just ignore that. Let's go to the toast from Batman is Cool 100 to the Ohio State Reformatorium, the scariest haunted prison I've ever been to. Also, the only haunted prison I've ever been to. That's probably for the best. I've been to one too, but it was in Ireland. So there's random
Good flex,
information.
Meghan.
Cheers.
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 All right.
Oh, your haunted prison was in Ohio? Well, mine was in Ireland, so.
Ireland.
Oh my goodness. You spirit guides are so busy because you've just unlocked a draw. I get to say,
Draw.
I know
Draw.
when it's coming and it's on me. Anyway.
Just give it to yourself, Megan. You earned it.
Ooh, I could take the draw. All right, so let me figure out what all of your numbers are real quick. We'll go
Draw.
JP1, Dom 2, Garov 3,
Two,
JCC 4.
I did it.
Here we go. It is 4 again.
Oh my good God.
My streak continues. All right.
This is bullshit.
Dress to kill. Your hero dresses up, is on for the night, or is otherwise far more attractive or personable than usual. Add +2 to your persuasion rolls for the duration of the current scene.
This was a fun one.
All right.
That's so crazy. All right. Okay, very good.
Thank you.
So the last thing that we did leave our show last week from, that was a really weird way I said that.
I
Megan's
still don't
haunted.
know what you are talking about, but yes, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
Oh my goodness, yes. The last thing that we experienced last week was a haunting of each of the psychics receiving some information and a note that says, "Find Lulu White. Do not trust Marie." So you all, it was kind of a strange thing because you remember that occurrence, but you don't remember going back to sleep. But you did happen to go back to sleep, and now it is morning, and you can hear a little bit of hustle bustle about in the house below, but no one's necessarily come to awaken you yet. So is there anything anyone would like to do now?
I do just have a question, just because I don't exactly remember. With the message, the find Lulu White, do not trust Marie. How did we get that? Was that written on paper?
It was written on paper, but actually Mesmero is the only one, I believe, who got that.
That's what I thought. Yeah, okay. I was just trying to remember, like.
But
who...
each of you did get something. You just don't know what it is yet.
Okay.
I got a list of dates, I think.
Let me go to where I put that information.
I
so
don't
that
remember what I
know.
got, so.
Yes, you got what seems to be a list of dates. Did you want to take a closer look at it?
I would love to. Yes.
So looking at it, it looks like it is a bunch of different, just kind of scattered time periods. It does seem to go in order, and it seems to be all the different places and time periods where the McCarthys currently lived.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to do, or anyone else would like to do this morning?
I would.
Go ahead.
Oh, I would like to take a look around my room. Since I did encounter someone in my room last night, I want to see if they left any trace of themselves.
Okay, make a notice roll.
All right. Notice is a D8. That's an ace on the wild die. That's a double ace on the wild die. That is a 17.
He found the ghost.
17. Wow. So you woke up way before everyone else, and you've just been meticulously going through your room looking for any other evidence that you can find, and you don't really see anything, which in and of itself seems a bit strange.
So
But
yeah.
You've looked everywhere, and you are positive there's nothing other than this paper that is here with this information.
I'm looking for one of those secret passages that Marie mentioned are kind of spread throughout the house. So I spend hours just going like through the wallpaper bit by bit around my room, trying to see if there was any other point of entrance.
Yeah, you just really, at least not in this room. You're very confident that there is no hidden passage here, and there's nothing else that has been left that wasn't there before.
Curious.
Yes, indeed. Dom, did you have something you wanted to do?
Mesmero wakes up relatively earlier than he normally wakes up, and quickly gets dressed, and with the piece of paper stuffed into his vest pocket, he leaves his room and raps on Horace's room.
Okay, so Horace, you hear a...
Yes? Who is it?
Horace, old boy, it's me. It's Archibald.
Archibald, come in. Horace goes over and opens the door. Did Horace receive anything? He had the dream.
Horace also, you got what looks like a list of names. Do you want to take a closer look at it?
Yeah.
It seems to be a recorded number of like people that were hired as staff, and a recorded number of people that were terminated or had left. And as far as you can tell, they seem to be working for the McCarthys or have worked for the McCarthys.
Mm-hmm. Archibald, old boy.
I don't suppose you know the name Lulu White?
Lulu White. Well, I can't quite say that the name rings a bell, but I do have here a list of names that seems to have appeared in the middle of the night. Now, I don't want to seem paranoid, but I believe someone broke into my room last night.
Well, I think if that's the case, then we both received the same perpetrator, although mine is just a piece of paper, and he unravels it, that says, Lulu White, do not trust Marie.
Well, I haven't trusted Marie since the moment we sat down for dinner, but it is good advice.
Well, yes, but...
whoever it is.
I mean...
What I got seems to simply be a list of employees who have come and gone from such a place.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Lulu White. I want to search the list and see if there is a Lulu White on it.
Okay, you want to search the list that you have?
Mm-hmm.
Make a notice roll.
Do. I got a 4.
You do not see Lulu White anywhere on there at all.
Well, it doesn't seem as though they are on this list, but maybe that's why we need to find them, as it were.
Right. My gut is telling me that this Lulu White is maybe some connection to this ghost. Something or whatever, this spirit that seems to be attacking this home and the people in it. I'm just not entirely sure I understand the connection here.
Well, if I'm being entirely honest, I'm not entirely sure there is a spirit attacking anyone here. Mrs. Marie seemed, well, somewhat less than surprised by the supernatural abilities going on here, and if that does not raise suspicion, then nothing else will. Perhaps it would be in our best interest to go wake Misters Chant and Wanderstock.
Yes, all right. I will wake up Chant. You go after Mr. Wanderstock.
Very good.
Okay.
Come, St. George.
So, Mesmero, you go over to Ellsworth's room, and I assume you knock as well?
Yeah.
Before that happens, can you remind me what I got?
Yes, indeed. You got what looks like a list of names. If
Okay.
you look closer, it seems to be a list of missing persons.
Okay. In this area or? Okay.
It's just a list of, it seems to be like all over the world.
Okay. So Archibald knocks on Ellsworth, his room door, and he'll open it. And I think when you first see him, he is very wide-eyed, like he's surprised to see you, but also very excited to see you. Mesmero, good morning. Good morning. Hello. How are you?
Good morning to you, Mr. Chant.
Come in. Please come in.
Okay. Thank you.
And Ellsworth makes sure he closes the door behind him, and then kind of stands in front of it, like, "How are you? Are you all right? Did you sleep well?"
Not particularly.
Archibald, you feel like you're being locked in? No.
Yeah. Not particularly. You seem agitated. Are you all right?
Well, I didn't sleep well either. I had a visit. I had a visit from the other side last night.
Oh, from the other side. What, pray tell, did you receive from this spirit?
Well, I received. What do you mean? What did I receive? How did you know I received anything?
I already spoke with Mr. Duncombe, and we both received something in the middle of the night after having terrible nightmares. Mine...
You were visited too?
Yes. Mine says, Lulu White, do not trust Marie, which I believe none of us really trust Marie anyway, but I don't know who this Lulu White is.
Lulu, I received a list of names. We can check and cross-reference. Let me go get it. And he'll go over to his desk, and you'll see, I think you had mentioned that the spirit had kind of torn out a lot of pages from his book, so he had put them all spread out and maybe made some like pen marks to see if anything lined up when those papers were laid out last night. And he grabs the list and brings it over, and he'll check to see if Lulu's name's on there.
Okay, make a notice roll.
Okie donkey. Ooh, notice. I'm pretty good at notice, so that's a 4.
So even just glancing over it pretty quickly, you do not see the name Lulu White.
For those of you new to Savage Worlds, 4 is a success.
Yes.
Yes. Do I see any White, like the family name White in there anywhere?
No, you
Okay.
don't.
Just at a quick glance, I don't see this name on my list. But you said, did Horace receive something?
Yes, he also received a list of names, but Lulu White was
Fascinating.
not on that list.
Supremely fascinating. Isn't this just wonderful? Just this is a connection to the other side between us and them. We have sort of crossed over, as it were. They find us as vessels for this information. This is huge. This is more than huge. This is grand.
You seem quite excited about ghosts potentially using us as vessels. I'm not 100% on board with that. However, I do think that we should meet everyone together, meet the other gentlemen, and see if we can perhaps coalesce the findings that we had received overnight, and maybe we can come to some conclusion. Does that sound
Right.
amenable to you?
Ellsworth.
Absolutely, yes. And maybe have some breakfast. I am starving. I've been up a little later than I should have been, and I'm very hungry. Let me just grab my papers, and he's going to just take all the papers off
Ellsworth.
his desk.
As you're doing all of that, you're expending a lot of energy, and
Mhm.
you do not feel good. In fact, you feel worse than you did yesterday. And in fact, you still have that one fatigue, and also you should probably make a vigor roll at a -4.
Oh, God. Okay.
This is party
So,
hardy all over again.
I know, right? So at a -5 is what you're saying.
Oh no!
My vigor is a
Come
D4, so
What?
You got this.
I got a 3, which well, -5 is -2, but
Yeah.
Would you like to
Uh,
re-roll it,
yeah, let me use a Benny. I have all these
Benny?
bennies.
Okay.
You don't want to use the talisman first?
No, I wish to
Okay.
use my Benny. It's spiritually linked. Holy cow! Did I actually get a 4? Yeah, but -5. It's never gonna happen. I don't know why I tried it more than once.
All right. You now have 2 levels of fatigue.
Barf! I literally barf.
Okay. Do you? You can
Ah.
literally barf.
Yeah,
All of the
so
papers.
he'll start. No,
Roll to barf.
he would never do that. He would never barf over his journal. Yeah, but he's like, so he's like grabbing his stuff, and he's like, just one moment, please. And he just goes like to a waste bin, just kind of throws up off to the side.
When he does that, Mesmero, you also you don't feel very good either. You very
Well, I
specifically
Just watched a man throw up.
well that, and you also you feel like you can't see very well, and you still feel like you are not very coordinated. You still have that one fatigue, and you should also probably make a bigger roll to -4.
Okay. Well, that didn't work. I would like to use a talisman, please.
One talisman, yes.
I got a 4 -5 is a -1.
Yeah.
Ice.
I'm gonna use a Benny here.
Okay.
I aced it.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone's got to
that's,
not have major
Yeah.
penalties.
Right?
That's a 9 -5 is a 4.
Oh,
did it.
4. Very good. So you really don't feel good, but you are kind of able to bolster yourself, and you take a deep breath and you feel okay. So you just keep your one fatigue.
He Mesmero reaches over and deftly without any he pulls a doily off of a dresser that had a bunch of stuff on it, like glasses and stuff like that, without moving the glasses, and hands it to Mr. Chant and just clean yourself up.
Ellsworth, that was really impressive, even through your barfing.
That's wonderful. How you? I'm sure you know how wonderful you are of a magician. It's just I don't see
do.
it very often, and it's. Anyway, I'm sorry for that. I just do not. I don't feel well. Whew.
Yes. I keep getting waves of sick feeling trying to overwhelm me, but I have a hardy constitution, as it were. Anyway.
Maybe these spirits in this place are using our bodies so much that they're failing on us. Our bodies aren't built for this sort of channeling.
Right. Well, I'm
Interesting.
not comfortable with that.
Oh,
Let's
right.
see if the
Sorry.
others are up and about now.
Yes, let's go.
So you knew that Horace was going to go to Michael's room, so I assume you all go to
We'll
Michael's
head that
as well?
way. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll jump over to you. You all are walking over there. Horace, you have arrived, but as you're walking over there, you also are just not feeling right. You feel a lot. Your stomach hurts a lot. There's just a lot of pain, and the tips of your fingers and toes feel a bit numb. You should probably make a bigger roll at a -4.
Together, old boy.
I mean,
But
he's
you
pretty
still have-
old.
A fatigue.
What if the king were to see you now?
I mean, we were all thinking it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, this is how Horace thinks all the time. Like, what if he was in front of the king?
Yeah.
I still have a fatigue from last night.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I'm super good at vigor rolls because I get a -1 on them naturally.
Oh, sweet. Good.
So give me one of them talismans.
Alrighty. Done.
Talisman, the fifth boss of Mega Man 7.
That's a 3. Let me use one of my bennies to try and give it a reroll.
Okay.
Okay, I aced it.
There
Good
you go.
start. It's a good start.
All right, so that's an 11, which
Oh.
does it.
Wow. Okay. So you also just kind of go, you take a deep breath and you really focus and you say, no, if I were in front of the king, even if I didn't feel good,
Put
I
yourself together, Horace.
keep myself together. So you just keep your 1 fatigue for now.
In hindsight, I
Um,
might have given up too easily on this fatigue roll.
Yep.
Maybe.
Absolutely, you
Maybe
did.
not. So yes, you head on over and have arrived in Michael Wonderstock's room. Is there anything you all would like to chat about before Mesmero and Ellsworth join you?
Horace will take his cane and just rap on the door of Wonderstock's room and be like,
Mr. Wonderstock, make yourself decent. There is something afoot in this house.
I'm gonna go over and just crack the door open. Can I help you?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Wonderstock. Now,
Morning.
I have already talked with the amazing Mesmero, as it were, and we believe that we were in the night visited by, well, someone who has broken into our rooms and given us all some pieces of information.
Oh, interesting.
And-
I received a visit from a manifestation.
Yes, I am sure that the simplest explanation is that a manifestation showed up instead of someone breaking into our rooms and your somewhat sleepy state having
Was
misinterpreted them. as
There any
something else.
sign of
Fine.
forced entry?
Well, no, but
Was there any other indication of some direction or portal that they might have entered your room through?
was there any indication that they did not have a key, perchance?
Well, no. You do have me there, Mr. Duncombe. Then I
Occam's
close the-
razor, often
close
the
the door.
simplest explanation is the correct.
And then I undo the chain and open it fully. I'm sorry, I missed that last bit of what you said.
Never mind, it's not important. I'll explain Occam's razor to you some other time.
Oh, yes, please do.
But
Are
did our nighttime visitor leave you with any sort of missive?
Yes, in fact. Strange that you would ask. A list of dates.
Dates.
can I check to see if they line up like numbers wise with the list of employees?
You don't even have to make a roll. They do seem to line up quite a bit.
Well, it seems that our information has worked in conjunction. I received this list of people who I can only assume were help hired and fired from this very house. And it seems that your dates adds another layer of context to this.
Curious. I take it the others received a visitation and some token as well?
Well, I have not yet talked with Mr. Chat, but Archibald did have something similar. He was told to find some woman and not to trust Marie
Some
McCarthy.
woman?
I can't remember her name.
Lulu White.
Lulu White, as it were.
Is that
Make a
something I can make a common knowledge roll about?
Yes, it is.
As a New Orleans local?
And add a +1 to that.
Okay,
Nice.
good, because I still have a point of fatigue, so
Yes, you
that is
do.
barely a 4.
Barely a 4. Very good. Also, real quick though, just
No, it's
trying
not
to
important. I was up early and I
no, but trying to rack your brain and think of it's just so difficult. Oh,
Lulu
man.
White.
You
Lulu-
feel real bad. You should probably make a bigger roll at a -4.
I-
I mean, you still feel those burning sensations in your mouth and throat, and you feel so tired.
I did not crit fail. But could I spend a talisman, please?
Yes, you can.
Mr. Talisman,
There's an
talis me
ace.
banana.
6, 5, 11, -5, 6. I did it.
Very good. But you as well are able to
Mm.
swallow enough saliva to take care of that burning sensation. So
Ew.
you feel
Weird.
okay.
What?
Something in this establishment is disagreeable, Mr. Duncombe.
So, you rolled a 5 on your common knowledge.
Just
is
a
that right?
4.
A 4. So you have heard of Lulu White, as a matter of fact. But you know that she has something to do with Storyville, which Storyville was a section of New Orleans that not too long ago kind of essentially got closed down. It was the red light district. And not long after the hurricane of 1915, I do believe, which devastated the area, they just kind of decided to get rid of it entirely.
Lulu White. Where have I heard that? Something with Storyville, maybe?
You're familiar with the name?
Possibly. Let's confer with the others and compare whatever it is that we received.
Yes. I assume by now Archibald has found Mr. Chant. Maybe we...
Yes. And as a matter of fact, as you say that, they arrive at the room as if you summoned them.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Oh,
Jolly
you
good
look like
timing,
death.
Mr. Chant.
Did you sleep well, Mr. Wanderstock, Mr. Duncombe?
Not at all.
No, I can't say I did.
Okay,
But I've slept worse.
That's
On the
good.
fields of Germany, you never slept but with one eye open.
Now, normally I would be very, very sad to hear that, but I'm actually very excited to hear that you did not sleep well, which means that you were also visited by some sort of specter in the night, as me and Mesmero were.
Chant here also received a paper, a list of names.
Yes, a list of names.
List of dates.
A list of names. I feel a little redundant. Our names, I hope, are not the same, otherwise I will feel somewhat left out in our invaders' esteem.
I just got a warning, no list.
A warning.
Yes, the
Right.
Lulu White.
Lulu White.
Do not trust Marie.
Mystery woman, assuming that is a woman.
Familiar with the name, I believe, but perhaps here are the dates I received. It appears that there's a correlation between my information and Mr. Duncombe's. What is there to be gleaned from laying yours alongside it?
I would very much like to lay this out and look at it all together, but with your eyes as well. So let's find a room, a sitting room, perhaps, to just do our work.
Here is
yes.
fine.
On the floor or in your room?
On the bed, we'll do. And as he is doing that, I want to just kind of move past everyone and look out into the hallway and see if anyone is about.
You hear people about. It sounds like work is underway, but you don't see anybody.
Mr. Wanderstock.
And then I close
Are we
the
in-
door.
Mr. Wanderstock, are we entirely sure that we are not being observed in these rooms?
Well, no, how could we be?
Well,
What
it
would be
strikes
observing?
me that if someone broke into our rooms in the middle of the night, there may be someone who has access to our rooms that we do not know about. Perhaps Marie, perhaps someone else.
Possibly.
But they may be able to look into where we are and what we are doing.
I very much doubt that that's the case in my room. I have been up for hours searching the every square inch of this place. If there was some secret porthole or something like that, believe me, I'd have discovered it.
Well, I can't say no to some diligence in that sense, so very well.
But
Examine these documents.
Okay, so you all lay them out side to side and kind of look to see what similarities you find. Yes.
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 So looking at it, you do actually see some similarities. You see some names that match the terminated list and the list of missing persons. And on the list of missing persons, you see some dates and places that correspond with the times and places that Marie has lived.
Interesting. People have gone missing around where the McCarthys lived, or at least Marie.
Or perhaps people in the employ of the McCarthys.
Yes, that's more likely.
Those bones that we found in...
Hello, Mr. Wonderstock. Are you awake? Are you decent? I don't want to intrude. I just wanted to see if you wanted some breakfast.
Perhaps, yes. What time is breakfast?
Oh, well, breakfast can be any time you would like it. I mean, after a certain point, it sort of becomes lunch instead. I suppose we could call it a brunch, and then after that, it becomes dinner. or tea for that matter. So it really depends on you. We have already eaten for the day, but we will set up your breakfast whenever you would like. You are a guest in this house.
Oh, thank you very much. I just need to get dressed. I sleep in the nude.
Okay, well, I will go and wake all of your other, wait, oh, you made a joke. I'm sorry, I completely went past it. I will go and wake up your companions then.
Oh, no need to busy yourself with it, Lady McCarthy. I shall go and alert my companions that breakfast is to be delivered shortly, or to be served shortly, and then we will see you there.
Oh, well, are you sure? I don't mind at all.
No, quite sure. I haven't had the chance to take my morning constitutional yet, by which I mean a walk, and I could use the stretching of my legs.
Oh, well, I do recommend a walk. This is a lovely area, and you should get to see more parts of the French Quarter while you're here. I think that would be great. And you can show around your friends.
Yes, I do live here, but I'm sure the rest of them would love to see it.
Indeed, yes. Okay, well, I'll be back in just a little bit if I don't hear from you.
Don't worry, you will hear from me, even if it seems like it takes a little bit longer than you might expect.
Okay, all right. And you kind of don't hear anything after that. And then after a little bit of time, you hear her walking away.
Wanderstock, your persuasive methods are effective, if somewhat crude.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, what I can gather from this information that we have based on the things that the four of us have given, now we should check with the rest of the household to see if anybody else received a notice from some sort of specter in the night, but I'm fairly sure that it'll just be the four of us, as we are the experts in this matter. And that is very unique that the four of us got this information, because that means that something on the other side is trusting us to piece this together. I think we're close to something.
There may be a way of checking if indeed there are other pieces of this puzzle to find.
I think...
Oh, go ahead, Michael.
I was just going to say, I think for the time being, it might be best if we kept our nighttime visitation amongst the four of us. Perhaps it would not be wise to clue in our hostess just yet.
Michael, make another common knowledge roll at A+1.
I thought you were going to say bigger.
I'll
that
get you.
That is a 5.
A 5. Wait, something else has come into your mind. Hang on, a place called Mahogany Hall. Right, yes, it was a bordello. That's where you know Lulu White. Oh, how could you not have realized she was one of the most well-known madams in Storyville. And also, she has a lot of information, and while you don't know who the Duchess is, you have your suspicions.
Actually, something just occurred to me, apropos of nothing, but I believe the Lulu White, yes, definitely from the Storyville area. Mahogany Hall, perhaps? It was a local house of ill repute, I have heard from others, and I believe Lulu might have been a madam at this establishment.
How far is this place from here?
Not too far, not so far that I couldn't take all of us there.
Well, perhaps we shall all engage in your morning constitutional, as it were.
So if you all want to pop over to Roll20, I will show you a little bit of information about Lulu Wyatt.
Hello, Lulu.
That is Lulu, and
No, that's Rosaline Byrne. I have to turn Rosaline Byrne off. Okay.
Oh. Rosaline. And that, I mean, kind of similar, I suppose.
Mhm.
And that is Mahogany Hall. She also had a bar, which is one of those. But that is a little bit of information about her and who she is. And these are things that you're recollecting now, Michael.
I share this information generally with the group.
Got it.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
Question.
Mhm.
Do we know if her bordello, it seems like it was closed a couple of years ago,
Yes, it has been closed.
but do we
Was
know where
closed.
she would be now?
Somewhere in the
don't.
area seems like a good place to start, but perhaps we should go and make an appearance at breakfast before excusing ourselves to see the sights, as Lady McCarthy is so fond of telling us to do.
Yes, we are
Yes.
guests. We should do the right thing here. Yes, of course.
But perhaps we should avoid eating too much of her food. I did not feel particularly well last night after the course that was given to us.
Hmm.
And your nighttime visitor did say not to trust Mrs. McCarthy.
Quite.
Yes. Well, let's say we
But
would like to try the local cuisine, as
yes,
it were.
that's
Right.
exactly what I was thinking. You,
Right.
we must be psychics, of course.
Yes.
It must happens all the time among colleagues.
Not to raise suspicion, as it were.
Right. She has already suggested we do some sightseeing, so why don't we just do that, and Michael will show us around.
Perhaps you should do the talking in this respect, Mesmero. I've no gift for subterfuge.
So you all are planning to tell Marie that you're going to leave, or are you planning to sneak out?
We're going to tell her that we're going to leave.
Okay. Okay, so you all are now going to head down to breakfast.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we're
Yes.
leaving for breakfast, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but she doesn't know
So-
that.
yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah. So basically, I've grabbed my coat and hat, and with everybody else, I will enter into the dining area, the breakfast nook room, because I'm
Oh.
sure this place has rooms for every meal.
It doesn't.
Um,
Marie is already standing there, and the table is fully set with many very rare steaks.
mm. Steaks.
Oh.
Oh yes, it is a specialty of my cook here. I thought you all would like to try some of the local fare.
Well, madam, I do appreciate the thought. However, I do not eat red meat, certainly not raw meat, this early in the morning, and I had already promised Michael that I would join him on his constitutional in New Orleans.
To walk, right?
Yes,
Yes.
by which we mean a walk, yes.
Oh,
An ambulatory
right.
constitutional. Yes.
Well, I suppose if that's what you must do, you can. But are you sure you don't want to just try it? I mean, have you ever tried a blue steak? They're quite good.
Oh, please, it's far from me to turn down hospitality, but I have been told that it is paramount that I try the local beignets, I believe they were called, a pastry
Yes.
of
They are
apparently
quite good.
wondrous.
Just do not inhale as you take a bite, or else you'll get a nose full of powdered sugar.
Do
It
not-
happens to all. Everyone knows you're a tourist at that point.
Do not inhale. All right.
Yes. So, much appreciated, but we must be on our way, and we will be back shortly to continue the investigation.
Oh, well, wonderful. Well, then I will save your rare steaks for later in the day.
Yes. Thank you.
Please do.
Good day.
She just stares at you.
Well, gentlemen, let's go get you beignets.
Beignets,
do you have
yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is St. George like reacting strangely to her or anything? Like,
Not that you can tell per se. St. George seems to be reacting more to the energy in the room, which is awkward. And
probably
also
to the
St.
steaks.
George, yeah, really wants
Yeah.
those steaks.
Your dog feels really awkward right now.
sure.
All right, so you all are leaving.
Yeah.
Well, she just stands there and watches you
Yes,
with a
well,
smile on her face.
very good. We will be back post haste.
Oh, yeah, see that you are.
Well, pip,
Good
pip.
day.
No, hold on. Let's see how long we can stand here.
Ah, yes.
We leave.
You leave. Okay, so you're out in the French Quarter. Where would you like to go? Did you all want to go to Storyville?
I think we want 3 foot tall Long Island iced teas.
Oh, Well, you can go down to Bourbon Street.
I'm for
Yeah.
that later, Mesmero.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a touch early to drink a 3-foot-tall Long Island iced tea.
Mr. Wanderstock, there's never a
it's
wrong
never
time for a 3-foot-tall Long Island iced tea.
Okay,
Maybe
but
you can get it in a football shape thing
Yeah.
too, if you really want
Clearly, you have not ventured into high society like Horace and I have.
Yes. In England, we call footballs piggy tossy balls.
Yes.
now, gentlemen, I know that our outing is a ruse, that we're not actually getting food, but I am actually hungry. I did throw up this morning, and if there are actual beignets, I would love to sample some of the fare.
Yes, we can go to Cafe du Monde. It's just around the corner
wonderful,
here.
Oh, I didn't
and
realize
have-
you knew the city so well, Mesmero. Well, we should speak.
I've been here before on a performance contract, but I didn't get out much beyond the French Quarter. So
I admit
yeah.
it's a somewhat quaint city, although a little too French for my tastes. But I'm glad that the two of you know it well enough to find some decent food.
I will defer. I only know Cafe du Monde. I will defer to Michael for the rest of this.
I just have to double check. Are we getting breakfast, or are we going to investigate the whereabouts of Miss Lulu White on the advice of the spirit that visited all of us last evening?
There's no reason we can't do both, Mr. Wanderstock.
Very well.
A full stomach is a well-built mind.
All right.
That's very well said. Very well said.
Let's get breakfast.
All right, are you venturing off to Cafe du Monde?
Yes.
Sure.
Sure.
I hope you have
Is
the
it-
Cafe du Monde map in Roll20 built out.
Well,
Because we're gonna fight the first person we
Yes.
meet.
I remember it quite well.
Gents.
Yes, you all head down to Jackson Square, and Cafe du Monde is busy as ever. So you do have to wait a little bit to get those beignets, but you find a nice table outside in the hot, muggy day, and you are able to wait for your beignets. And they also have coffee if you would like coffee.
Yeah, I would love
Yes.
some coffee, but also you did mention that Chad had unlocked some sort of potion or something that takes away
Yes.
fatigue.
As a matter of fact, Michael, you just so happen to remember that you do have a tonic for the soul from your shop that can be very helpful when you don't feel super good. But there only seems to be 2 doses left.
Oh, I've just recalled. I don't know how it could have slipped my mind. Perhaps the unearthly pall that hovered over that house. But I did bring with me a small invigorating, well, we'll call it a tonic.
Oh, yes, St.
from
George
my
has
shop.
felt rather off this morning.
Well, I believe it's only safe for human consumption, but Chant, you look particularly peaked this morning. Perhaps you should indulge in a dose.
Yeah, a tonic. Yes. Well, is it safe? Have you tried it yourself? Is it safe to use?
I mean, have you enjoyed a nice trip to the dentist where they've deadened your teeth?
I abhor the dentist actually, so I just don't go. You know what? On second thought, I don't feel well, and I would just love to just throw caution to the wind this once and just to try it.
Well, it's a distillate of the cocoa leaf, so I think you'll find it most pleasing.
All right. If anybody else would like a dose, I will just take one here, and we can save it for later, maybe. Or I don't want to take it all.
Are we
for
all
myself.
down a fatigue?
Everyone
Yes.
is down at least 1 fatigue. Yeah.
So
So
yeah, you take it. Go ahead.
I'll
and
go
Go
you
and
take
save it.
I'll gulp down half of it. It comes in a Diet Coke can.
It's
Oh.
very
Ah.
strange, very futuristic.
Ooh, that is invigorating. Ha.
Yeah, it's very intense, but you, not immediately, but over the next maybe 30 minutes or so, you do start to feel a little bit more like yourself again, and it does get rid of 1 level of fatigue.
And it makes your gums tingle.
Yes.
Mm,
That
That's
might
the
be
best
for
part.
multiple reasons. I should probably go to the dentist. But thank you very much, Michael. I do really wish to visit your store and see what other kind of trinkets and tonics you have and take some home with me.
Oh yes, you definitely should.
Now, Michael, tell me again what you sent you sent off a note with someone for the Duchess, yes?
I did. I used my connections edge to try and get a message to the Duchess to see what if anything she knew strange about the McCarthys or the house or any recent goings on. I think.
Well, you do have a server who comes by and brings your beignets and sets them down fairly quickly and just kind of wanders off. But whenever you look down at your plate of beignets, there happens to be a note there as well.
Oh. I pull it out and blow off some powdered sugar and open it up.
Yes,
What?
it says, Marie might as well be the devil himself. Come see me near Congo Square today, as soon as possible.
Wrinkle?
What
Wrinkle?
is it, Mr. Wonderstock?
A local contact of mine that knows the city and the people in it very, very well. I sent a missive to yesterday at the beginning of our investigation, and I have received word that apparently our suspicions of Lady McCarthy are founded, and we are to meet her as soon as possible.
All right.
This is a trusted, known associate of yours?
Well, known of.
No.
And
All
where
right.
is it
You've
that we are
never-
meeting this associate?
What district was it again?
Congo Square.
Congo Square.
Well, lead on, Mr. Wonderstock. This is your city after all.
Yes,
Very
by
well.
all means.
Should we head there before speaking to Miss White? Of course, we don't want to keep the Duchess waiting. Yes. To Congo Square. We can finish our beignets on the go.
Yes, they are magnificent.
Just don't inhale.
Quite good, quite good.
Ellsworth does.
Oh, if you do, then you're like, it's lovely.
Horace Duncombe doesn't inhale, but he does, without realizing it, have like white sugar on his nose or on his mustache after eating it.
That's kind of
Mes-
common around this time anyways. It's
Mesmer will go like, Horace, do you... Never mind.
So you all head off to Congo Square, which Michael, of course, knows how to get there.
Right this way.
Yes, and you arrive in the area, and there are people about, but you're looking around. You have some limited interaction with the Duchess, but generally, the Duchess likes to be in control of the situation, so you kind of just show up and wait for what's next, which is exactly what you do. And you're looking about, and you happen to see a young woman who looks a bit bedraggled, and she kind of is just staring at you. And once you look over at her long enough, she does this. And for my podcast friends, that is, she says, "Come here."
But with hands.
But with hands, yeah.
Shall we?
Lead the way.
All right. I walk over.
So once it seems like you are coming, she actually starts walking away from you all, but she looks back to make sure that you are following. And turn this on here. You are kind of moving out into an area that is a little bit more run down. There's a bit more nature out here. It's swampier, wetter where you currently are. And you come upon a little kind of like hovel house type thing. And I actually, just for your own sake of understanding kind of what it is, I do have it up on Roll20 right now.
Ooh, look how hovely.
Okay.
Oh, hovely.
Oh, wouldn't
and-
it be hovely?
And she just, this girl kind of points there and makes sure that you seem to understand, and then she continues off. But if you try to follow her, she turns around and tries to get you to go back to that place.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Wonderstock,
Yes.
are you entirely sure that we are not being led into some sort of trap, as it were?
Oh no, but I mean that's part of the fun.
Well said. Onward then.
All right.
So do you want to walk right up?
Yeah, or is it like, are there doors that are closed, or does it just open into the building?
The doors are closed, but you can knock on them. There are 2 of them. You don't hear much of anything, but then you seem to hear a bit of shuffling movement. And then you hear, "Who is it?"
Michael Wanderstock and Associates, you wanted to meet?
So you hear a bunch of locks being unlocked. The door flies open, and there is Lulu White holding a shotgun right at your face. And this is a great place to take a break.
Ah.
Oh my god.
Quick bio break.
I just went to
Okay.
the bathroom. Jesus.
Too bad. We're going to take about a 5-minute bio break. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere so you can learn who is this Lulu White person.
And why does she have a shotgun in her face?
Why indeed.
Okay.
All
All right. We'll be right back. We'll see you in a second.
Burr.
Hello and welcome back. I think where we left off, there was a,
Shotgun.
let's not worry about it. Let's check and see
There was a shotgun.
what's happening.
beignets.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We've got some toast, so let's do some of those toasts real quick.
All right.
Okay.
The first one is from Guess I'm Salad, Adele, to the tune of Hello. Hello from the spooky, oh God, I don't remember the song enough. Side, I promise it's not just a crime. There's actually ghosts haunting in this creepy place. So find the corpse behind a pile of crates. It's entirely possible. Sorry.
That's exactly
I know
how
is
the
the
song
hello
went.
part.
Yeah.
You nailed it. That's exactly how it goes.
I was like,
Cheers.
Adele?
She's here.
Oh, I know, right? I'm just that good. Thriftland says, dinner with the devil, anyone? Invitation to Castle Ravenloft, meeting with Marie.
Ooh.
Any of those things?
Solid
Cheers, thank you.
ref.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And then we have Krieg Sunner. I think I said that right. The supernatural always has an explanation. That it is beyond the understanding of science and the laws of nature is an explanation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bah.
Cheers.
Bah.
You see Horace's stupid
Fair.
face.
Cheers.
And we also have one talisman given to the table from Hoskatir as well.
Oh, thank
very
you.
much
Thank
for
you.
Thank
that.
Oh, thank you.
We'll need that to avoid fatigue.
Mhm.
Yes, well. Okay, so yes, Michael, I believe you said something about a shotgun. So you're standing right there at the door, and she just opens it, and she's holding the shotgun at you, and she says, tell me who you are quickly, or else you're gonna get one of these to the face.
Michael Wanderstock, I'm here on invitation.
Oh, you're the one who came over here about Marie McCarthy. Is that right?
Yes, Miss
Who are the rest
White.
of your companions?
Chelsworth Ant. Ellsworth Chance. Sorry, I don't do well around guns.
Good evening, madam. I am Horace Duncombe III of the Duncombe's.
Delighted to make your acquaintance, madam. I'm the amazing Mesmero.
Oh, I think I've heard of you. You're you do like stage shows, right? Magic, something like that.
I am the world's greatest magician, yes.
Oh, the world's great. Oh, well, I guess I should be humbled that you are here at my front door. All right,
No,
well,
I am the one who is humbled being here.
you want to make a persuasion roll? A persuade roll?
Sure. She knows
one
who
is
I
it?
am. She knows who I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you'll get your
My fame
what is it,
bonus?
+2, I do believe.
Nice.
It's a +1.
Oh, +1.
But it just negates my fatigue. So,
Yes.
That's good.
yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say that Mesmero is also dressed to kill for the entirety of this scenario. I feel like the greatest magician in the world probably doesn't go out without first making sure that he looks spick and span should any admirers come his way.
Yeah, he stored some flowers up his sleeve and all that stuff.
Yes, yes, yeah.
So,
Prepared.
Mesmero, you get a +2 to your persuasion rolls for the rest of this scene.
Oh, great. Okay, so, yes.
Can I support him also? Sorry, go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, if you're going to support. So I'm just saying
Oh.
right now I'm at a +2 then. Thanks
Nice.
for
Can I
that.
belittle him and do like a negative?
I mean, you can, but
I won't.
what would you like to do, Ellsworth, to support?
So seeing sort of, I assume this is Lulu, I guess we don't know, seeing this person with the shotgun have this sort of connection of like, oh, I think I might know you. I think Ellsworth jumps on like, yes, this is the Mesmero, the amazing Mesmero. Of course, you've seen him on stage. He can escape from any room and make anything disappear. Isn't that right? Just this morning in my room, he used a doily and just poof, right from under some glasses. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Tell him, Mesmero, tell them how you did that.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You want to make a persuade roll? I believe?
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Persuasion.
Now I'm all paranoid and I don't know which one it is.
I know.
I said persuasion and I was like, no, it's wrong.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, I got an 8.
Oh.
I got an 8. That's with my -1.
Wow, so you get a +2, Mesmero.
So that's a +4 altogether.
Quite a bit.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
And this will be, oh my God, what's
Opposed?
the word? Yes, thank you. Opposed.
Okay.
I was like, combat. No, it's not.
Math. This will be a math test.
It'll be
Let's
math.
see. That's a 9. I feel like I'm going to try and do better.
Okay.
So give me a talisman, please.
1 talisman, yes.
I aced
My
it.
God, I keep thinking there are actual flies flying around me.
Yeah, it's so
Okay.
weird in the headphones. This audio is like the flies are like moving like they're around your head. It's very
I know. I keep being like,
Flies?
That's a 14.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well,
Damn. She probably gets a +2 with the shotgun in front of her.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got a 5. Yeah, so as you all are chatting, you can tell she's really trying to like seem stern and serious, but she just can't help but smile, and she goes, "Oh, all right, you guys don't look dangerous anyway. Come on in. I'm honestly amazing, Mesmero. You do flatter me."
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. And he slowly takes off his hat.
Oh, well, would you all like some tea, water, whiskey?
Well,
Whiskey
oh.
would be great.
I'll have
Be
some tea.
delightful.
It's just a water for me. Thank you so much.
I
Okay.
have been told to avoid tea while I'm in America, but I sure would hit the spot.
All right. Yes. Well, you said tea and 2 whiskeys and a water. Is that right? Okay.
Just
Yes.
tea for
ma'am.
me.
Okay. You know what? You guys just get it. Kitchen's right there.
2 teas, 1 whiskey, 1 water, I believe. Was that accurate?
Yes.
You know what?
All right,
I
think
don't
so.
really care at this point. I want to know what it is you're doing here and what it is you know about Marie McCarthy.
I was told to come here by a contact of mine.
Oh, yes. Okay, that's who you are. Yes, I happen to be that contact, but I don't entirely understand what information you want about her. And as
You're the
long as you
Duchess?
are not, I might be, but it's not information I am comfortable being spread about.
Oh, well, of course I am the picture of closed lips, but it's an honor to meet you at last.
Oh, I suppose it is then, isn't it? Anyway, I would like to know if you are, I suppose, not friends with Marie and what your information about her might be, or information you don't have might be. What is it that you want?
I'm beginning to believe that the information we do not have about Mrs. McCarthy far overwhelms the information that we do have. We were brought in as guests to her estate, and we have since then been ferried around like animals to be observed and toyed with.
Oh, yeah, well, that does sound like Marie. It looks like you're all in one piece, though, so you've at least got that for you.
Why would we not be in one piece?
You don't know who Marie McCarthy is?
Well, we just met her yesterday, and we've done some reading, but I did nothing about any sort of illicit activity that I know of.
Oh, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. She's very, very good at hiding that, and she picks her targets quite well. She does go by another name that you might recognize. You might not. I don't know. But that other name is Marie Delphine Lalaurie. And if you hop on over to Roll20, I will show you Marie Delphine Lalaurie.
Can I common knowledge that one?
Yep, you certainly can.
Is that her putting blood on her lips?
I'm going to spend a talisman to re-roll that.
It's
Okay.
the blood of humans and of Vulcans.
So wait, do we know this thing we're reading in Roll20 now?
This is what Lulu will tell you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, then I probably shouldn't have spent a talisman, but I got a 10.
No, it's okay.
I got a 10.
I did those in the wrong order, but yes. So you do know this person, but she lived a long time ago, so you don't entirely understand how it's the same person, but you know, the supernatural and how that works. But she is very well known for liking to do experiments on her. At the time, it was her slaves, and now it seems maybe it is her staff. And those experiments are very cruel, very gruesome, and very awful.
And very
Megan,
real.
Is this a real person?
Yes, she is a real person.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
So is Lulu. They're all real people. So
Is she the? No, never mind. That's Dauphine. That's
No. Madam, I am not one who is as much of a fan of our host, Mrs. McCarthy, but this is quite the claim you are making here.
Well, I mean, if you want to, you go back and talk to her and see if you can keep all of your arms and legs. I mean,
But
it's up to you. You're the one
she's so-
risking it.
Now, why is it, if she is this acclaimed murderer, as you have so boldly stated, that she would pull investigators into her home?
Well, that is quite fascinating myself, and I do not have the answer to that, to be honest. But what I need is evidence of what she's doing, because she has taken a lot of my girls. She comes in here and everyone thinks that she is so fantastic, this wonderful philanthropist. She injects all of this money into the city and she helps all of these poor orphaned people, people who won't be missed. You think she's actually sending those people off? Is that what you think? After she has them work for her and then she gets them a job? I don't think that's what happens to all of them. Maybe some of them, maybe those are the lucky ones. The rest of them, I'm not so sure, but I don't have any way to prove it. And as you can see, the situation that I'm in, I have no leverage, which is why I have gone to some of the local voodoo practitioners to help me call some help.
Voodoo practitioners.
What kind of help?
The revenge kind. I'm hoping she can get a taste of her own medicine from those she's hurt. And I don't know if it's any of my girls. It's entirely possible it is, because there are some of them I can't find.
How can we help?
It depends on, do you have evidence of these things that she's doing, of these people that she's doing experiments on while they're still alive and feeling every single minute of it?
I mean, we found bones in a wall in the house.
Fresh bones. Recent bones.
But Mrs. McCarthy basically led us to those bones herself.
Well,
True.
if she led you to those bones, then there's some reason for it. Also, what did you eat? You all look awful.
Yes, well, this morning beignets, but last night, whatever it was, she was feeding us.
Feeding you? Oh,
Yes.
well, okay. I don't know if you know my background, but I did used to run the Mahogany house in Storyville.
I had
And-
heard.
Yes, and I needed to be a little bit of everything, so I did learn a little bit of healing. If you all would like me to just kind of take a look, I might be able to see what's going on.
Well, I could use something to settle my stomach, as it were.
Oh,
That would be very generous of you. Miss
all right. Well,
White.
Mr. Duncombe, why don't you tell me what is it that you are having trouble with
Yes, well,
specifically?
ever since last night, when we were making our way up to the attic of the place wherein we found said bones, I found myself, feeling under the weather. Now, age has come upon me, but I like to think of myself as rather a hardy individual. But despite getting what felt to me like a rather, good sleep in the night, it has continued to plague me in the morning. I pushed
So-
my way through continued troubles, but I can't seem to shake this tiredness.
So as she continues to ask you questions, you give her some more specific symptoms. Those symptoms included abdominal pain and numbness.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, well, I mean, that's quite a common one. Sounds a lot like arsenic poisoning to me. And if that's the case, you just need to stop eating that arsenic and hopefully you'll be all right.
Arsenic poisoning?
That's what it sounds like. What about you, Mr. Mesmero? What about you?
Something with my eyes. It's has made it a little difficult to see at times.
Oh, interesting. You know, because I would have just assumed that it was arsenic for all of you, but that doesn't sound like arsenic. In my limited experience, it sounds a bit like wood alcohol, which is just another poison. But ooh, it can be nasty. Same thing. You're gonna need to stop drinking it or eating it or wherever it's come from.
And he kind of like looks at the whiskey he was drinking and kind of puts it down. All right.
What about you other two, Mr. You said Wonderstock. What about you?
I had a burning sensation in my stomach and throat, right? Was that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my throat has been burning something fierce.
Oh, that's what is the full name? That sounds a lot like mercury bichloride to me. Another poison, fairly common. These are all quite common, as a matter of fact. Ones that people love to use. What about you, Mr. Talky guy?
Chant, Ellsworth, Chant. My stomach is not settling well. I seem to not be able to keep food down, but since lunch I have been able to keep it down, but last night's meal did come up this morning.
Oh.
I can attest to that.
Are you also, some of the other symptoms you have are difficulty thinking, and you feel very breathless a lot. And sharing that information, she says, are you a drug user?
No, of course not.
All right, well, you should stop taking those barbiturates, because that's what it sounds like. Maybe Veronal, something like that. If I'm not mistaken, it just kind of sounds like all of you are being poisoned.
Why would she poison? I mean...
Let me tell you something about Miss LaLaurie here. She loves to play with folks. She likes to toy with her victims. So if she has selected you for some reason as a victim, that may be exactly what she's doing. It's a bit unusual, though, as you all are a bit more high profile than usual, but anything's possible with her.
And am I to understand that these voodoo helpers that you have are the ones who are plaguing the house with books being tossed from room to room and shaking the building at its foundations?
It's entirely possible, but I didn't know if it would work. I hoped it would work. Are they going right after her? I mean, is she getting what she deserves?
Well, they seem to be rather indiscriminate with who they are attacking.
Horace rolls his eyes and pipes in.
Well, as they would be, for these forces, as we like to believe them, are not things that tend to be truly focused in any sense. They are creatures or they are remnants of things that have been there before that simply disrupt. They do not want, they do not need. They are not people like us.
Well, that is not the way I understood this particular spirit that was being called.
Well, there is that one thing that happened to all of us last evening. We all received a visitation from the apparition of a young woman who...
A young woman? What'd she look like?
Well, I describe her.
That sounds a lot like my girl Christy. She did work for... Yeah, she worked for me, and when my brothel was closed, my bordello, Miss McCarthy came to town and offered quite the opportunity, and she took it despite the fact that I tried to keep her from it, and I haven't seen her since.
Can I check my list of names to see if Christy shows up on it?
Sure. Let me pull up where you are. You have, yeah, you see, her name is Christy Johnson.
It'll do.
Yes, and you do
Names
see
are tough.
you do see her on. There's a more recent entry, and you see that she had left. She has gone on.
Is this the Christie as to which you refer?
Well, wait, what is this information? Is this a list of everyone she's hired?
This was
looks
left
like-
to us last night. In
That-
pieces amongst the four of us.
Wait, what else do you have?
Oh, well, I have this.
Gentlemen?
I have something as well.
This one has your name on it.
That looks like Christie's handwriting.
It
I think it could
seems like your friend trusted you in the end to get your vengeance.
I just wish I wanted to save her. I don't know. She's not the only one. There's everyone who's in that house is in danger. But it looks like you all actually might have some evidence on some of these things. If that's a list of missing persons, and you can see that these people terminated are also missing, and it correlates with where Marie was at the time, it might be enough. Everyone make me a notice roll.
All right.
And we healed our fatigue then?
No, she did not heal you. She just let you know
told
what
me
you
what
had.
was going on. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Just stop drinking poison.
Stop it.
Quit it.
Can I get a talisman?
Yes, indeed.
Can I also get a
Dun, dun,
talisman?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, bad.
So we got a 7.
Did we ever get our tea, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh my god. You jerks.
2, a 4. What did you roll, Horace?
4.
A 4. Okay, so Ellsworth, you're very, very focused on what she's saying, and you're looking through all the papers and sharing all the information, sharing all your automatic writing information.
That tracks.
And the rest of you, you hear something. It sounds like something outside, just some, I don't know. You're not sure, some scratching, maybe somebody walking, something. Do you all want to take a look out a window or something?
I'll like part a curtain or something to take a look outside. Just sort of.
So you part a curtain. There happens to be 4 people who are kind of finding their way through the gate, and make a notice roll.
Can I get a talisman?
Yes, indeed.
How many do we have left?
Including that one. 8, including that one.
20 talismans.
Aced it.
Ooh.
That's a 10.
Okay, so as right at first they just look like random people to you, but then you start looking closer at their faces and you recognize a couple of these guys as people you saw at Marie's, and they look like they're coming in.
Gents, I believe that we have been spotted by Marie's companions. Miss White, do you have a back door, perhaps?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I do, but it's kind of all in the same area. So we are about to move into a quick encounter.
Oof.
You have options here. The first one is you can try to stealthily escape, or you can try to fight them off.
All right, give me that shotgun, Ellsworth's going in.
Do they look like murderous, or do they look like they're here for trouble?
It looks like they intend to come in here. You don't entirely know why. You could also try and chat with them instead, but
Could we hide?
yeah, you can hide.
I believe it might be expedient for us to lock the door and act as though we are not here. Now, if they are here for our hostess, then, well, perhaps we can get out without it being clear that we are even here.
Yeah, if you want to do that, we'll do it as a quick encounter. So doing a round, and you all can figure out how you hide. It is if you're just hiding, we'll say this one is not dangerous yet.
Okay.
Okay.
So for a quick encounter for anybody who has not seen these before, basically you go in one round, everybody gets to do a thing. They can decide what it is. They can use whatever skill they would like to use for it. That's pretty much the quick encounter in this instance. So yeah, you see that they look like they're like kind of looking around the house, trying to see, you're not sure what. But Marie says, well, I mean, yeah, I do have a few spots where we can try and hide if you think we should. I mean, if they're Marie's guys, we probably should.
Right. Yes, yes, we should absolutely hide.
All right, well,
I didn't see they had any weapons, right? It was just
you
guys.
didn't see if they did.
Maybe we should hide and you should interact with them, and then if anything, if you need us, we can spring to your aid.
Yes, just tell them we left already.
All right, well.
No, we were never here, obviously. We just went to get breakfast.
We were never here, right.
Put it this way, if I do that and you all don't come to my aid, then my shotgun's going to get turned on each and every one of you.
Horst Duncombe III is no coward. I assure
Well,
you of that, madam.
That better be true. All right, I don't know. I got a few places. You could try under the bed. There's a closet in the back. Maybe move some stuff around. Those curtains are quite long.
I'll go behind the curtains.
Closet.
Okay.
I'm not crawling under a table.
Horace.
I have more dignity than that.
All right.
Horace.
Well, you better
Get
hurry
under the
because it looks
table.
like they're about to the door.
Just stand still and be a hat rack.
Fine. But
So-
nobody ever tell anyone this happened.
Let's make these hiding rules stealth rolls, if that's what you are doing.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I would actually like to just go in the curtains and use my ability instead of stealthing.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Can also do that.
Are we all rolling at once?
Well, we'll go one at a time just so we can keep track. So you go first then.
All right. All right. Yes. I just run over to the curtains and kind of like sort of wrap myself up in them. But then as I do that, I close my eyes and trace a symbol in the air in front of me. And then once it's finished, I touch it and fade from sight. I got a 6.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to do that. And the shape of you or the space you take up doesn't disappear, but you can no longer see you there, and you blend in well enough that it would be quite hard for somebody to see you. All right. Ellsworth, you said you were going for the closet?
Yes, closet.
You want to make a stealth roll for that?
Do I get a bonus because it's a closet?
You know how good closets are to hide in.
I mean,
it's like a
door.
tiny room. It's a tiny room that people can't look inside. I'm just saying.
They can look inside it, though.
I'm gonna close the door.
Well, yeah, but they can open it. I'm just saying.
Okay, and I'm just saying I have a D4 in stealth, so I have to negotiate some stuff sometimes. All right. Okay, here we go. I got a 2.
Yep, it works.
So I will use a Benny to say otherwise. All right, stealth one more time, baby. I got a 0. I actually got a crit fail, so.
Oh.
Good way to start this off.
Wow. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you go to try to hide in the closet and you trip over the chair at the table and make a very loud noise. Marie turns back. What are you?
Sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
And as soon as that happens, you hear a knock at the door. Well, actually, it sounds less like a knock and more like they're just trying to pry the door open at this point. I think I heard them. I think they're in there. Just open the doors. All right, who else? Horace, where are you going?
Horace is going to hide under the table, despite how ignominious this is.
Okay.
We promise to never breathe a word of it.
Right.
I was.
I have 1 fatigue now, right?
Yes.
So I got a 4.
A 4. So you are able to get under the table and hide. The chairs are thick enough that they kind of conceal you. What about St. George?
Here's St. George.
St. George is a well-trained dog. He comes and hides with me. If I tell him to be quiet, he will, because he's a hunting dog. So, like, if he needs to, like, not, like, make a noise.
And I think we landed last time on the fact that his breed is teacup poodle. I think he's just like a handheld
I'm gonna
dog.
check back. I think I don't know what he was. He's like one of those
He's a Saint
English
Bernard, I
hunting
think.
dogs breed.
I thought he was
I think he's
I thought he was a
Saint Bernard.
bulldog.
He's not a bulldog.
Pretty
You
sure he's
think
a
that
teacup poodle.
because
He's a
I
pug.
used used the stuffed bulldog that I used to use for Atlas
He's a
as
pug.
his
Definitely
thing. But he's not a pug.
It's not a
No,
pug. He's not a real dog.
pug would
It's
not
okay.
be stealthy at all.
I know.
Not a pug.
He's
go
not
to,
a
like-
pug.
Mesmero,
They go to
where
their,
are
like-
you hiding?
I'm going to hide basically behind the door. So if the door opens,
Okay.
I'm behind it.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth roll.
That was almost a crit fail. May I have a talisman, please?
Yes, indeed.
Let's go all the way, baby.
Great. That's a 4.
A 4. Okay, so you're able to just kind of get behind the door in such a way where you feel like if it comes flying open, it won't immediately give you away. And so once Marie is pretty sure that all of you have hidden as well as you're going to, she goes, she just opens the door and says, "Excuse me, you could at least knock first." And as soon as she does that, they push right past her and they're like, "We know you've got some kind of visitors here. We're here. We need to. They're criminals, and we need to get them." And they kind of start looking around the house, and they notice the closet, and they go over and open it. Oh, like this one right here, and they're just going to grab you. So what we're going to do is, and this is going to turn into a staged quick encounter. So this next one is you trying to get away from these guys. So everyone can do an action. Who would
Can
like
I
to
go?
go first?
Can I go first? I actually
Yes,
have something
indeed.
here. Great. So as they pull me out, I would like to say to everyone there, and it's just like four goons, like they look like hired
Yeah.
goons. Okay.
Basically.
Great. I will say, I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed. I came here to tour the environment, and this is a lady, and she has invited me in, so I was just embarrassed. I didn't want to get caught, and I just hid in the closet. So I do apologize. I'm sorry.
What is the skill you want to use? Persuasion?
Persuasion, yeah.
All right, go for it.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
Can you give him a +1 for seeming like a just downtrodden
You know
sex
what?
tourist?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just
There's not much stuff in Florida. I got an 8.
An 8. Okay, yeah. This guy is he basically is like, okay, this dude is no threat whatsoever. So he's just kind of turns his attention away from you, and as soon as he does that, you can like make a run for the door
I shoot him in the back of the head.
with a gun that no one knew you had.
I can run for the front door. Is what you're saying? Like the
Yeah,
open door?
you can run. The rest of the guys have like come in and they're kind of like looking around the place and turning things over. So you can get out of the house if you want, potentially without them really noticing you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do absolutely that. I am a pacifist as one of my hindrances, so he was never going to fight no matter what. So he is
Okay.
he's very much scared of 4 very threatening looking men, so he's going to just bolt out the door. He's not gonna leave, but he's going to wait like outside behind a wall and see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. Who's next?
I'll go.
They haven't found the rest of you yet, but it seems like it might be only a matter of time.
I'm going to try to use telekinesis to essentially trip one of them into another one. Basically, grab his ankle and try and swipe him up, so he
Okay.
falls sort of down.
I like it.
So this is focus, right?
Yes.
May I have a talisman?
Yes, indeed.
Aced it.
Ooh.
Oh, dang it. So close. That's a 7.
Oh.
With my fatigue.
Oh no,
Yeah.
fatigue, you're the worst. Yeah, so you reach out to access your powers and you just go right for this guy's ankle. And Horace, you can see this happening. This guy, it looks like this guy's leg has a mind of its own, and it literally just goes flying up in the air. And as that happens, he pretty much goes right after it and just slams right into the guy who is in front of him, and they both fall to the ground and start arguing because the other guy's pissed off because he just thinks that dude did it on purpose, clearly.
And with that, I'd like to try to get out of the
Yeah.
out around the door and out.
Yeah, you were right there, so you can. I mean, you've basically kind of used them as a barrier almost. So you
Distraction.
can
Yeah,
get
exactly.
out. So yeah, you can get out and go join Ellsworth.
Okay.
Who's next?
So, okay, question.
Yes.
Have they like seen us leaving the house? Like, have we been stealthy in doing this?
They saw Ellsworth, but they didn't notice that he went out. They're looking about. They don't think he's a threat, and they didn't see Mesmero. They haven't
Okay.
found the rest of you yet, but they're looking.
Yeah, okay. I just feel like hiding under the table, I don't feel like I can like sneak out necessarily. So
Well, Mesmero just gave you a potential thing to cover you whenever he knocked them into each other, and it was right by you. So they're kind of like dealing with that, and this one guy's like legs don't feel right anymore.
So are any of them still paying attention?
They
Or
are,
are
but
they all distracted?
they're essentially distracted by there's just like a lot of noise and things going on, and they're in the they kind of came in, and the way this house is, you have your kind of living room and your dining room, and so you were in the dining room, the door's here, and then right through the middle of that is kind of the back area, and so they kind of went back there assuming that that's where you guys were. So you
Okay.
can try if you have a skill you want to use.
No, I'm gonna say I see Horace and St. George just somewhat like trapped underneath the table, and I'm gonna take advantage of the distraction that Mesmero just created, and I'm just going to rip the curtains off and run at them and throw the curtains over them, and then follow the rest out the door. But I'm gonna stay invisible that whole time.
Yeah. Make
I like
it, I
it.
guess, athletics, but make it a +4 because you're invisible.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Oh, all right. Let me reroll
Ghost
that
'em.
one that went off the table. Okay.
You've been
so that's
ghosted.
-1 for fatigue, +4, so that is a 7.
Okay, yeah. So you basically, the way the curtains are kind of on this rod, they're just sitting on it. So you're able to just pick the whole thing up, and then you just can fly at them. And as you do, they aren't even looking at you, but they hear you, and then they just start screaming, and now they're in all of these curtains, and the other two are on the floor, and it's kind of like, it's almost cartoonish at this point. So you
Then
can
just
run past
see
them.
disturbances in the dust heading over towards the back door.
Yeah. All right, Horace, do you want to use this opportunity?
Okay. Yeah. Horace will like start making his way out, but he'll also be like, "Damn this subterfuge!" And he'll, because they're kind of covered, he'll go, "St. George, Kaiser Wilhelm," which is his code phrase for them to attempt to attack somebody. So
Okay.
Oh, it's
St.
their,
George
it's their special move?
yes.
Created a name for in advance?
No, he's trained St. George to attack at the mention of the name Kaiser Wilhelm.
Of course.
Yes. So St. George will like bite one of them to like try and distract them, and then when he leaves, he'll like St. George will follow him.
Okay, so what skill do you want to roll?
I wanted to
for
use St. George's fighting. Is that allowed?
this? Sure.
Okay.
I'll let that work. Yeah, I see your head shake over there, JCC. I'll go for it.
What? No, that was me being like, cool, yeah, let's do it.
That was
Okay,
a cool
then
head
it's just
shake.
my anxiety.
Cool, let's do
This
this.
is a no dog fighting.
I've got Beast Spawn. This feels like
Yeah.
it's
Beast Spawn.
Beast Spawn. Not very good roll. I rolled a 2. Can I get a talisman?
Well, he's only a
Yes.
teacup poodle, so.
He's not a teacup poodle.
He
I
is
have
now.
two
You
dogs.
just got to get over it.
I have 2 dogs, England and St. George. Although I might have said that England died last time. Or
Jesus.
something like that.
Teacup poodles don't live very long. Yeah.
All right, so that's a 4.
Okay, yeah. So you basically give your command to St. George, and he goes out. Now at this point, these guys within the curtains have kind of like started to trip over the guys who fell on the floor, and St. George is over there starting to bite one of them, and it's just kind of insane. And Lulu is like, "All right, you guys did it, I guess. Let's get out of here." And she comes out and joins you, and you guys, I assume, want to get out of there.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
As soon as no one's looking at me when we start to run away, I'll just drop my invisibility.
Okay.
Wait, where's Michael? Oh, there he is.
I'm sorry, right behind you, right behind you.
Yeah, when you do that, Lulu just goes, I mean, I thought that the amazing Mesmero was amazing, but
Well, oh, okay. I was trying to do it so no one saw.
okay. Well, then never mind. Yeah, so you all are able to get away from the area, and you feel like you've gotten far enough where hopefully they won't be able to follow you, since they were dealing with lots of other crazy things. And once you feel like you're at a safe place, Lulu stops and says, "Listen, we have to get the rest of the staff out of that house. I mean, now we have evidence, and we can go in there, and if we go in there and we break in or whatever it is, and we find those people, maybe she's hurting people right now, I don't know, but the staff,
Well,
we can go and tell them."
There are still questions that I believe are unanswered, though.
We don't
Which
have to
questions?
break in. We are guests there, so we can just go in the front door. However, if you want to get people out of there, can use our distraction to maybe go in the back door and
Well,
take care of things that way. But Horace is right. There are still unanswered questions.
like which questions?
Well, if Mrs. McCarthy is this Delore you mentioned, then who is her husband? Is he involved? Is he simply a pawn being used by this torturous woman?
As far as I understand it, I mean, this is just the talk I've heard, and let me tell you, it is quite limited because they do a good job of keeping this stuff secret. But from the way I understand it, he was a poor man who had an architect's mind, and she had lots of money, and so he lets her do whatever the hell she wants as long as he gets to renovate his houses. It works in her favor, works in his favor.
Wait. Sorry, out of character, real quick.
Huh?
So, my common knowledge roll earlier, I knew the name Lalaurie, right?
Mhm.
Did I realize that she was so very, very old?
I mean, it is strange, but it is not necessarily something that is unheard of in your line of work as somebody who is able to extend their life a bit longer.
Sure, but like it would immediately become apparent that was what had happened, right? Because just to get a framework, I just looked up Madame Lalaurie, and she was born in 1787.
It happened she was in New Orleans originally in like 1830s. No, wait, I'm thinking the other one. Anyway, yes, or it is a person who is emulating her.
Sure.
Well, either way, I mean, if you all can get in there, if you think you can find it, but I'm doing it one way or another. So, I mean, it'd be mighty helpful if you all were there to help. But if you aren't going to do it, then I'll do it myself.
Do what exactly is your plan?
I'm going to get in. Listen, the way I understand it is she does these experiments or whatever it is that she's fascinated by every day. So that means that there are currently people in that house that are being tortured or are dying or any other thing. And now I feel like I have some evidence with this information that you all brought that I can hold against her. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to help them out. I'm going to get them out of that house one way or another. I'm going to find out if they're in there. I'm going to try and tell all the staff they need to get out and not to trust her.
Now, madam, I am one for justice in such situations, but simply getting a list of names from a source that we cannot connect to any living person is not something that the authorities would take seriously.
Well, the authorities don't like to take a lot of things seriously, and that has yet to stop me.
I like her spunk. This is good. This is good. And we do all distrust Marie anyway, before we heard anything from this Christie character. I say that we go and we distract, and if we can get people out of there, well, no harm done to Marie if she is in fact innocent in all of this. It's just her staff left one day. She'll be able to get more staff. But if we are able to uncover more evidence of her doing some ill deeds, then we can use that to turn in to the proper authorities. Are we agreed?
I mean, I agree.
She
Seems
sent
sensible.
she sent people after us. What if she already knows what our intentions are when we arrive? She will know where we have been if these men return before we do, and even if they return while we are there, our ruse isn't going to last long enough.
Well, I
then
can't. Four of us against one of Marie. I don't think we'll be too much trouble as long as we don't eat any more of her food or drink any more of her drinks.
Well, if we're worried about all this, then we better hurry, right?
Right.
I suppose
Yes.
so.
Yes.
All right.
Hostess.
Then lead the way. So at this point, it sounds like you all are ready to go back to the house. Yes?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
All right. So you get not quite to the house, but you get back close to it. And what is the plan here? So you guys are going to go in, right? And just try to distract Maurice so that Lulu can try and see if she can help get
Yeah.
people out of the house.
My intention is nothing happened. No one found us. We were merely coming back from our constitutional.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So you all kind of discuss all of your plans with Lulu, and Lulu basically says that she will wait for you all to go in, and then she'll go in after you and just try to blend in with the rest of the staff while you distract Marie.
Okay.
All right. I suppose, what time is it now?
It's getting into you actually have been out later than you realize, so it's getting towards early evening, late afternoon.
Oh,
Wow. Holy cow.
yes. That's been a long constitutional. By which I mean a walk. We should maybe just see. Chant, you had some investigation and some interrogation you wanted to do. Perhaps now is a time to carry that out with the lady
Yes.
of the house.
I actually did have an idea that involved gathering the staff all in one room. And although my idea did involve using the spirits to guide me towards something, this could be a way to use our sort of impression that she has of us to get past what we're trying to do. And now my theory is that if I could gather all the staff in one room and then use my writing, my automatic writing, to have the spirit point at one of the staff, have them all hold up a number, and the spirit will write down the number that is relevant to the staff member. Now, I don't know if this will work because obviously the spirit is talking about Marie and not one of the staff members, but it will get them all in the same location, in which case all we have to do is distract Marie, and then we can have them make their exit.
Well, yes, but then won't it be more difficult to have them make their exit if they're all in the same room with Marie?
Well, we have to get her not in that room. And as we had done previously, we did have her leave when we did conduct our ritual of sorts. So,
all right, okay. Say that we present your plan to the lady of the house, have her gather all of the servants in one room, and before we all go in, we stop her and give her some additional tomfoolery, something about how we're going to be doing this, but really doing that, and let her think she's on the inside of what it is that's happening, while Lulu perhaps uses that time to take everyone out of the house. Mesmero,
Exactly.
you can put on a show for her of some sort. I mean,
that's a wonderful idea. That's a wonderful idea.
Gentlemen, are we entirely sure that the servants that we have seen working around the house, going in and out of the rooms, are the ones who are being tortured? as it were. Now, if this is a systematic thing where she kills them and moves them through the house, perhaps there's a chamber or somewhere where people who have been more actively killed or more actively worked upon are kept. It did not look as though those who work there were chained or otherwise stopped from leaving. I'm not saying that they weren't, but we must simply take into account whether the fact that there might be a chamber or some sort of hiding place.
Our secret passages. If only there were some way to determine where in the house there might be secret holdings or groups of people hidden in the house without searching it directly, of course.
Well, I can ask. I can ask the spirit, Lulu's friend.
Yes, well, if we were to find a map of the place, I might be able to aid in that pursuit myself.
Yes. If we find a map, I can use my writing to just draw on the map a circle, a simple circle, which is just one letter, technically.
There's
Where are you
also
all standing?
In the street, right in the middle of the street, in oncoming.
Please wait. We are
traffic.
having a
Horse
conversation.
traffic.
Go
not
around.
No.
Go around.
yes.
All the horses are like, nay. And we're like, nay.
So
Nay to you, good sir.
But you
I
are
said
actually
good nay.
you're outside.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
The front
assume we
door.
were walking towards
Yeah.
the house with Lulu.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say briefly, there is one individual who is yet still alive, Marie's husband, who would know the intricacies of the building. If there was a way to perhaps separate him from Marie, you may be able to get something out of him
Yes.
in that regard. However, I believe that Ellsworth's plan of speaking to a spirit is probably the best option from what I've seen so far, at least without arousing suspicion and without having to deal with Marie.
Real quick, we do have another thing that has been unlocked, which is spiritual cleansing. That
Ooh,
has been unlocked, and we will see what that is in a little bit. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
spirit guides in
Thanks.
chat. We also have we have a talisman from Uncle Fuzz 5, and it goes to the table. Thank you very
Yay!
much.
Thank you.
Thanks very
We have
much.
one
Good old
quick
Uncle
toast
Fuzz.
from RD Armand. Please accept this brief toast in honor of catching a ghost. I regret my tips meek, but it's not my pay week. Regardless, my thanks to the host. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The rhyme is most appreciated.
Tis indeed.
How close are we to unlocking the final clue for next season's
That
Wild
is a
Cards?
good question. Let's find out. Oh,
Solid
we have 310 so far. The next clue's at 450. So we have a little ways to go.
140. We're 140 away. Okay.
Ish.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So you all are continuing this conversation, and you are walking over toward the house. And I assume at one point Lulu kind of leaves you as you guys head to the house.
Mhm.
And as you guys get towards the entrance, you see Marie, and she's just standing at the door. Well, you all are back. Did you have just the most wonderful time gallivanting about New Orleans?
Oh, madam, I cannot tell you the sights that we've seen. Michael showed us all around town, and my goodness, that French Quarter is astonishing.
I
and
confess, I was carried away by their enthusiasm to see the sights.
I have to
yes.
say that this city compares favorably with the city of Orleans, which is the origin of the name New Orleans. Yes.
yeah,
And
Right.
Horace has been regaling us with all manner of facts and informative tidbits.
Well, come on back in then, and we will see what the next thing is we need to do with these spirits.
Hmm.
Yes,
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 indeed.
of course.
And
I
I
like-
have a meal ready for you. I held onto those steaks from earlier.
Just as
well.
we requested.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes,
we actually already had dinner. We were out so late, we got hungry again, so we had a early dinner. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
Oh, so
well.
you wish to insult me then by not eating my food?
No, 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 no. Of course not. It's just it would. I would hate to take one bite and not finish the rest. So maybe in a few hours we can just take a moment to get hungry again, if as it were.
Ah, just dessert then.
Yes, with the dessert sounds wonderful. Yes.
Well, come right in then, and we will just have that wonderful dessert brought right out to you.
Oh
No, I will not be eating, madam. I have had plenty of sweets and foods to deal with throughout the day, and I will not eat, as it were.
Oh, that's not my fault, is it?
I think
yes.
we can drop the pretense now, gentlemen. There's no one around but Lady McCarthy here, of course. I want to make a big show of trying to like look around and invite her to come closer. We actually returned because Mr. Chant here happened upon a plan that requires your assistance, but we cannot inform the rest of the members of the household.
Oh, what sort of plan would that be then?
Well, if we gather all of the staff into one room, one large room, which I'm sure you have on your premises, one large room, and have them hold up a paper with a number on it, I will ask the spirit in the household to lead me to one of these members that possibly could be bothering the spirit, or could give us further clues as to what we should be searching for. It is a process of elimination that I think will work wonders in this particular situation.
Oh. Well, this is a wonderful plan. Okay, I have just the spot. Follow me. We'll go right there right now. Yes.
Oh yes. Oh,
okay.
All right.
Yes.
So
Should we
she
inform the
starts
staff?
heading up the stairs, and you all follow.
Yes.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I just wanted to throw her off the.
No.
Come on.
Yes.
This
No
will be great.
dessert. We skipped dessert.
I'll get you sat up right in there, and then I will gather all this stuff together, and hopefully we can get rid of this spirit right away. So she continues to take you up. You go up to the 3rd level, and then she moves a panel. That's just a wall. She just moves that panel, and there's stairs that seem to go up to another room. Yes, right this way. This will be the perfect place.
I don't remember this on the tour.
I mean, it would probably
Oh.
be easiest if we just did it downstairs where everyone...
Oh, no. Trust me,
Would
this
be
will be the
most-
best place because no one will be able to leave if they are someone who has done something horrible, is causing the spirit to be here. It's a perfect place for it.
Well, of course. After you, madam.
Oh, yes. Well, you must go, and then I will run and get everyone else.
Oh, no, of course. I would never go ahead of the lady of the house.
Oh,
Be
you wouldn't.
improper.
You would disrespect me so much that you wouldn't do what I requested.
Disrespect you. We are guests in your house, madam, and honored guests at that.
Oh.
You are disrespecting us, and
Is
I will
it
take no more of it.
Is that what it is? Oh, you've got so much spunk, and I would think that you would be more tired than you are.
Yes, well, the English are hardier than you Americans give us credit for.
I'm not American. I'm also English. I don't know what you were thinking.
Oh, well, I don't know why you're living in this hellhole then.
I'm sorry. Something must be wrong with my glasses. There, Chant. There you are. You looked a bit blurry for a moment, but.
Yeah.
Well, I think that you all should head right upstairs.
Very well.
Very, very well. Really? All right.
I would like to... I will go, yes, please. Go right ahead. And if there is a way that I can look at this panel, hopefully quickly, and maybe telekinesis-wise, use the ability to find some small in the room to like lodge in so that the panel cannot close completely.
This dude knows locks and opening and closing things.
True.
Make a notice roll.
Okay. That's a 4.
Yeah, if you look about, there's this is kind of like a landing almost, and there's
There are some pieces of wood that, because it's not fully renovated, there's kind of half of it's renovated and the other half isn't. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff that you could find. You could find a shard of wood that you could put in the doorway. There's like a candlestick that's nearby.
So what I'd like to do is, if I can, go up the stairs last, or maybe like right next to Marie. And as she's shutting the door, I would like to use telekinesis to just lodge something just right in the tip, so it seems like it's closed all the way, but it's not quite.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You can do that. So she's still waiting for you all to go up the stairs.
I'll go first.
Right behind you, Mr. Chant.
If okay,
This is
if
uncomfortable.
Horace did Horace get any indication from Mesmero that he's doing something? Because it does not seem like a good idea to Horace to go into what seems probably like a murder trap. Attic.
Mesmero. Well, if you catch eyes with Mesmero, if he'll give you a quick wink and a nod.
Ooh,
Very well.
it's in you.
Come, St. George. Let us go.
I got a 4.
You got a 4. Okay.
You did it!
Yeah. So she, Horace goes and she waits for you to go up as well. And as you go past her, you've already kind of set your sight on just this small piece that you think will be large enough to be lodged in there without being too noticeable. And you can move it over. So you're able to do that. And then, yeah, you go ahead and head up, and she shuts the door and starts walking up behind you. So you all are going up these stairs, and they're pretty like, it's just kind of like wooden stairs between two doors. And so Ellsworth, you're the first. You want to open that door?
Yeah, I'll open it.
Okay, so when you open that door, a horrible stench comes wafting out. And it's really dark in this space, but it does not smell right. And right as you're just beginning to open the door, somebody grabs your arm and pulls you in. And after that, the rest of you, Marie just kind of starts pushing you guys up the stairs. And it seems like there are more people that are coming out, pulling you guys up. And Ellsworth, somebody knocks you in the head and you get knocked out. And so at this point, you all can kind of hear a thud. And Ellsworth, it seems like he's fallen, but the light is really dark in here. And it's kind of the same thing. Like, he's moved out of the way. It's all happening really fast. You guys are just kind of pulled up there, knocked in the head, and you all eventually pass out really fast due to stench, due to tiredness, due to just a bunch of confusion.
All of us?
Yep, every single one of you. And if we hop over to roll 20, soon, you're not sure how much time has passed, but everything's a bit fuzzy, and you all wake up, and it smells awful, and you are in a fairly small room, all things considered. There are a few people in here that look like they're leaving. They look a lot like the guys that you saw before, or at least guys similar to them who tried to find you at Lulu's. And you find that you all are bound. And let me go over to this other one. And looking around, there are people everywhere, and they do not look good. You're not even sure if all of them are still alive. Some of them clearly are. But there's blood everywhere. There are people who you can see all the way down to their bone. There are people who have pieces of skin that just look like it's been pulled away here and there. And you see
Is this
Marie.
guy okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's fine. You see Marie, and she goes, "Oh, you're awake." And she's just covered in blood. "It's so lovely that you're awake. I'm so glad you were able to come. I have been fascinated by seeing how a brain like yours works. And it was so much fun being able to give you a show in the process and just to see how things work. Did you like the show I gave you?
It was rather uninspired, madam.
From
You
a
should work on your
performance standpoint.
showmanship.
You didn't like the books that flew? I mean, it took quite a bit of doing to make that happen. I thought it was quite impressive. And walls bleeding. I mean, I used, which one was it? Oh, that one. And when I pointed him, you all remember when you first arrived, a guy who was thanking Marie and who was heading out to his next job. And there he is. He's hanging on the wall from his arms. And it looks like on one arm, most of the skin has been pulled off.
Mr. Fisher!
He kind of barely moves, so you can kind of hear something, but he doesn't seem fully conscious. Well, I'm so excited to be able to do this little experiment on you and see how you all work. I just wanted to savor it. It's so much fun to just toy with you all. So at this point, you all will move into another quick encounter and you can try to escape. She's not come after you quite yet, but you are in the position where it looks like you don't have a whole lot of time. So who would like to go first? You can take a moment to kind of look about the room and see if you can find anything that could help.
How are we bound?
So there are chains on the wall. Each of you basically, I'm going to say, Ellsworth, you have a rope tied around both of your arms. Michael, you are chained to a wall by one arm.
Okay.
Mesmero, your feet are chained. And Horace, you are tied to a chair with rope.
With rope? She has no respect for me.
You're going to have to do better than just chaining my feet, madam.
Where is... Sorry, go on.
Teacup
Do
poodle.
like a challenge.
Where is St. George?
You don't know.
Great. Well, if we can't find St. George, show's over.
Yeah.
If St. George dies, I quit. Horace Duncombe kills everyone.
So you see she's over kind of at this table, moving things around, and there's just like, there are implements everywhere, all kinds of things, saws, knives, pliers, everything you can imagine. And she's just kind of like picking through a few different things. She goes over to one guy on a wall and pulls a knife out, and he kind of goes, "Ugh," as she does that. I think this will do really well. I'm trying to decide, which one of you do I start with? I mean, that's always the hardest part. Really, it makes my life very difficult. All right, I've got to figure that out, and then I have to figure out where I start once I know who to start with. Oh, Mr. Chant, he was just so delicate. And
No,
it'd be very
please.
interesting to see how those spirits work with you. And she kind of comes over with the knife and she just kind of like holds it at your forehead. She goes, that would be going right for the fun part. I feel like I should start with like, how do the spirits work with your toes? Do you need those toes? What if
That's
they
not how the
sewed
spirits
those
work
toes?
at all.
Oh, I thought you weren't sure that they even existed. To be entirely honest, I'm not sure they exist either. But it is fun to see that you all think they do.
Well, existence is not something that can be determined so simply.
So what I want to try and do, because I know Mesmero is going to be the first of us to get out, probably.
Or the
Okay.
only
I
one.
want to basically lecture her on the occult. And I want to let her know everything she did wrong in trying to set up the fake occult thing.
I want to be like, well, first thing first, the bones that you put into the wall didn't have any sort of indication that they were put there in any sort of ritualistic manner. And if they were put there for some sort of occult symbolism, they would tend to have runes or some sort of pattern in the way they were put there.
So make a taunt roll then.
Can I make an occult roll?
Sure.
Good. Because I'm much better at occult.
Yeah, we figured.
All right, I rolled a 10.
Okay, so she's over at Ellsworth and she's just kind of like trying to figure out which things she wants to cut first, and you just keep talking. And she says, well, Mr. Chant, I must apologize. It looks like Mr. Duncombe would like to go first. So he is a guest, as he said, and I must oblige him, I suppose, right? And so she goes over as you're talking and she says, well, I have to be entirely honest, those bones were from... Well, actually, I think they were different pieces from different bodies that I just kind of put in there together. We had to clean them off of it. It was a whole to-do, and...
Oh, yes. The sloppy
really
handiwork
care.
was obvious.
Oh, well, you know, I didn't do all the work. I do actually have some other people who work for me seem to enjoy this as well. The funny thing about it is they don't know that they're just next. I mean, always have somewhere else to go. So she's just continuing to talk at you, and she's coming closer as well with this knife. She's trying to decide where she wants to start. I just don't know. I mean, I wonder what would happen. I mean, you use your pendulum, right? It's the thing that you do. So you would need hands for that and arms. So if you didn't have those, how would you do it? This is quite an interesting thing. So she's just kind of continuing. So anyone else have something they want to do?
Yeah, I'm also anticipating Mesmero's going to get out of this in no time. While that happens, I want to try and use my skullduggerous skills to see if I can slip my hand out of the manacle, even though I'm thinking at this point I might have to dislocate my thumb.
Oh, okay.
But I do have thievery, and I imagine this is not the first time I have been chained up in someone's secret chamber. So I'm gonna try and use that to get out.
Go for it. Use thievery. Oh, also, real quick, because this is helpful, and I meant to say this before. You all of a sudden see, kind of back in the corner of the room, a face. It's almost like it's flickering in. Each of you recognize that face as the woman you saw last night. And as soon as you see her, it's almost like she takes a deep breath and she exhales out. And as she does, each one of you feels so much better. That is your spiritual cleansing. You have gotten rid of all of your fatigue. Thanks to the help of Lulu's ghost, Christy.
Yes. Ghost rule.
Thank you, spirit guides, for that.
Thank you very much.
I love ghosts.
Thank you.
Love ghosts.
All right. So now I'll make my thievery check with no penalty. Can I spend a talisman, please?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to spend a penny.
Okay.
I got a 5, but I think I can do better. There's an ace. All right, a 7. Functionally the same.
Okay, so yeah, you just try to focus, you try to not panic, and you realize all you have to do is be able to get this one hand out. And yeah, you're pretty sure you're gonna have to dislocate that thumb to be able to do it, since you didn't get a raise. And you take a deep breath, and as you exhale, you pull, and as you pull, you're able to get it out. But she's really focused on having this discussion with Horace and figuring out which part she wants to cut first, so she doesn't notice you. But the spirit does.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you agree, I think it's probably fair for. I would say I should take at least a point of fatigue for having to dislocate my thumb to get out of the manacle.
Sure. Right back to that fatigue force.
There we go.
Solid self-narc.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I'm just gonna kind of put my fingers back up in the manacle and kind of like just hang it there, so it doesn't necessarily look like I'm any different.
Okay. Okay.
Leave him alone.
Okay, I have something I'd like to do.
Okay.
So Ellsworth also sees that spirit's face flickering, and his hands are tied, and he assumes that she took away all his writing utensils. So he looks around for something to write with, and he sees probably a fairly fresh corpse next to him that's bleeding on the floor. So he takes his fingers and just dips his hands into some blood, and then just focuses to see if he can do some automatic writing to write something. Best case scenario, it will help us get out of this. Worst case scenario, it distracts her so that Mesmero can get out quickly, because obviously he's the first one to get out. We all know
Obviously, Mesmero's going to get out. Yeah,
he's
we
not
all
going to
know
quick fail.
that. Yeah,
He's not
yeah,
going to.
yeah.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be
Yeah.
fine.
If
I
Mesmer
already
doesn't
am
get
not
out, we're
the
dead,
first
right?
one to get
We're all
out.
dead.
Greatest escape artist in the world ever. So
You should have killed him right away. What a fool. So yeah, I'm going to try and focus and try to do automatic writing with blood on the floor.
Okay, so what is exactly are you hoping to? Like, what are you asking of your spirit guide? What is the question? you're looking
I'm sort of asking the spirit guide to use whatever strength they have left to cause a sort of show, because it seems that she still thinks this is fake because she faked so much of it, and I know it's not. So if I can cause some sort of ruckus to kind of blow her mind a little bit, that'll be the distraction we need to take control of the situation.
Okay, yeah. So make your focus roll.
Okay.
And I'll say you're able to get all those things because yeah, there's just stuff and bodies and everything everywhere.
Just need some fresh blood and for me not to barf doing it. Okay, focus. Here we go. I'm decent at this. I got a 9. 9's pretty good. I'll take a 9. Success with a raise.
So what what you're able to do is you go, okay, I have to focus. So you are able to center yourself, and you reach out for looks like a shard of wood or something like that, and there is some blood, some just fluids nearby, and you're
I was thinking of writing with the blood with my fingers.
Oh, with your fingers. Either way, yes. And you immediately, the connection is so strong, and what you actually trace out is a sigil. And you don't necessarily know what the sigil is, but as you're doing it, you notice that the spirit almost seems to become more tangible, more solid, and you're pretty sure that what you're doing is you're helping bring her more into this present, more into the space so that she can help you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm connecting the two worlds even further. Great.
Yes.
Perfect. Love it.
Mesmero.
well, we all know what he's going to do. I mean,
Yeah,
he might as well
I mean,
give his turn because.
Do I even have to?
No way.
I am going to make a thievery roll to get out of my chains.
Okay. Go for it.
Essentially, I'm going to feel them out to see if this is something that I'm going to need my telekinesis for, or if I can get out of them just by. That's a 4.
Yeah.
Yay! No fatigue. That worked.
So this is actually, this is a part of your act. I mean, you've gotten out of chains like this plenty of times, and you're able to pretty quickly do that. It seems really stupid of Marie, but as far as you can tell, she seems super arrogant. I mean, it's almost like she's been able to do this for so long, she doesn't think anything can touch her.
More arrogant than the greatest magician in the world? I think not.
Okay, so at this point, let me go back to both Michael and Mesmero. You both have actually been able to get out. So do you want to, let's say we're going to go into another stage here of this quick encounter. Is there something else you want to do at this point?
Was anything that happened with Ellsworth, was that visible and understandable to us?
All of you can see that. It's basically, I'm thinking of like you guys say Horace is right here, kind of near the doorway, and she's facing Horace, and the rest of you, yes, on roll 20, the rest of you are back here. And the spirit is back here in this corner. So basically you all have the perspective of this. You can see her. Marie just hasn't.
Clarification, we have pants on though, right?
What?
We have pants on though, right?
Yeah, you're not these guys.
We're not these guys.
We are more pantsed than maybe like 30% of the assembled company is.
Okay, good.
Can I make an occult roll to see if I know that sigil or understand what it is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, aced it. 13.
13. So you recognize that as a sigil that's often used in hoodoo and voodoo, and that is essentially a bridge between two different planes: the spirit plane in this instance, and the physical plane. So essentially, from your expertise, especially with the rays, what you think is that this spirit wasn't powerful enough yet to be able to actually get at Marie and needed your help, and now you all are beginning to supply that.
So I look over at Mesmero and I indicate frantically the symbol that Ellsworth is still finishing up drawing on the ground.
Okay.
So I can see it too, even though I'm
Yes.
talking with her.
Yes.
Okay.
You can.
Go ahead.
If you have something, horse.
I was wondering if I would recognize what it was too, potentially.
Make an occult roll.
Okay. Crit fail.
Crit fail. Wow. Yeah.
No. Chris Sale.
You
Sale. That's what I said. Chris Sale.
Yes.
But Chris Sale.
look over there, very noticeably for her. She sees that you're looking. She goes,
Oh God.
What? Oh, Mr. Ellsworth, are you writing your last will and testament in the blood over there? It's kind of dark of you, isn't it? And she goes, well, I think I've waited long enough. And she takes the knife and she just slashes it right across your cheek. And I mean,
who?
it just cut you, Horace.
Okay.
And it cuts a pretty deep gash. And she goes, oh, this is my favorite part. It's like opening a brand new present. It's the first part that you rip off. And so she's still pretty focused on you at this point. But it appears that things are not going to stay safe much longer.
Mesmero steps out of the chains and goes, Madam, I think you have forgotten who you are dealing with.
What the fuck?
She's just she'll turn around and go.
As I will start like walking towards her very slowly and just going, I am the greatest escape artist in the world. I am, nay, the greatest magician in the world. And with my hand, I will raise up my hand, and with telekinesis, I will lift a saw up from the table, and I will basically shoot it over to her, but I will stop it like right at her eye.
Okay.
Okay.
Make a focus roll.
Okay. This is hard.
Please don't crit fail this.
Yeah.
Straight into your face.
No, I was nearby.
I aced
30
it.
crit failed for all of us.
You aced it?
Oh, that's a success. Okay, that's a
Yay.
7 minus the 3 is a 4.
-3.
Yeah, I have a -3 to the casting.
Telekinesis
right,
is intense.
for your
yeah.
telekinesis.
Oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yes, so you are able to do exactly
So-
what you were hoping for. As
Yeah.
she begins to turn around to go, oh, I did make that mistake. The saw comes flying at her face. And the thing that's kind of weird about it is she does react. It does startle her, but not as much as you think it should. She just is not, she is not a right person. And she kind of goes, that is amazing. Oh, I am so excited to see inside of your head. But in the midst of that, she kind of looks past you and she sees the spirit. And she says, who is that? Who's there? So as this is happening, real quick, does anyone else have something they want to do?
Are we still in quick encounter?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, because
okay.
at this point, let's see, Horace,
I
you
already
did
went
something,
then.
Mesmero, you went, Ellsworth, you're the only one who hasn't gone this round, is
No.
that right?
Yeah, I don't think I have.
You have something you want to do?
Yeah, if she is going to start heading over to that spirit, if I'm close enough, I'd love to try and trip her, because my hands are bound, but maybe I can like use my feet or even my hands, I don't know, to try and slow her down getting there.
Yeah.
Give the spirit
yeah.
time.
She's at this point, she's just kind of looking. She's trying to understand. She's looking around the saw. I assume you're still holding it there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she kind of looks around it, and she's also kind of fascinated by it at that point. But she looks around it because she's trying to get a better look, and she starts to step that way. And you are actually right next to her and Horace. So if you want to try to trip her, let's make an athletics roll.
Okay, but could it be something I'm good at? Let's see.
We all know that feeling.
Yeah. Look, it makes sense. I'm gonna try it. No
I
penalty.
mean, how spry could she be?
I got a 5.
That's
Yeah,
a
there you go.
success.
I did it.
So she kind of just starts, she seems very fascinated by this particular person that she didn't know was in here. And she goes, wait, I know you. And as she starts to go over, you kind of are able to stick a foot out, and she trips over your foot and starts to fall to the ground. And right as that happens, that spirit, it's almost like she was trying to understand why she had been called back. This is something that pretty much all of you in your studying of cult would kind of understand when a spirit has moved on, even if they aren't fully at peace. Keeping track of the memories and keeping track of what things are and time and things are very difficult. And also being able to come back and fully access the physical plane like this is very difficult. But as you all keep doing this, as you all have kept Marie talking as long as you have, this spirit seems to be gaining in strength as you continue. And all of a sudden, it's almost like she begins to grow, and her face grows, her whole body grows, her hair starts to fly out all around her, almost as if she was in water. She begins to float, and Marie has kind of fallen on the ground and sees this, and her mouth opens wide and continues to open. Her eyes start bleeding, and she begins to hover over the top of the room, screaming at Marie, and Marie just doesn't even know what to do. She's just sitting there looking at her. And then this spirit, after a moment, goes flying directly into Marie's mouth. She just goes all the way in, and Marie kind of and then it almost looks like everything is normal, and she kind of starts to smile. She looks over at you, Ellsworth, and it's almost like she's about to say, ha, it didn't work. But before she can, a finger starts pushing out of her eye.
Oh.
And it goes in between, and she starts screaming. And then you see movement in her cheek, and more fingers come out of her cheek. And then it's almost like a leg is pushing, a foot is pushing out of her stomach, and she's screaming this whole time. And essentially this spirit pulls herself out of Marie, and Marie begins to fall into shreds and pieces as the spirit is forcing her way out. And you all see all of this happen right in front of you.
God.
And then once the spirit has fully come out of Marie, she just stands there, and she looks down at Marie, and then she looks at each of you, and you can't quite hear her, but you all have such a strong feeling of gratitude, of that you have released not just her, but many more like her in a situation like this. And while this is happening and she's kind of standing there, she begins to point around the room at a few different bodies, people on the walls, on the floor. And she starts to become more transparent. It's almost like she's beginning to disappear. She's beginning to move on. And right at that moment, the door flies open, and Lulu comes in holding her nose, and she sees the spirit, and she says, Christy. And Christy turns to her, and she doesn't say anything, but it's almost like she sends the energy, and you can see Lulu begin to cry. And then before the spirit
disappears. She looks down at the body and she reaches down into the midst of it, and just screaming, you see the spirit of Marie being pulled out, and then together they shoot up out of the room. And as that happens, it's like the atmosphere, while still horrific, it's lighter somehow. And as you all are able to begin to help each other get out of your bindings, you realize the people that the spirit pointed at are the people who are still alive. So you can help them get out of here and hopefully save them. There are many that did not make it.
Yes.
There's still some people breathing here.
Yeah,
We've got to get them out of here.
Oh, yes. Of course.
So you all are able to find the local police, and between you and Lulu, you all are able to help these people out as much as you can. And the police help bring them downstairs, and you all tell them what has happened. Leonard is arrested, as well as anyone else who seemed to be a part of it that did not escape.
Where my dog?
You do find your dog. He was just
Okay.
locked in a closet downstairs.
Okay.
Listen, it's me. I'm not going to hurt a dog.
I know. I got to find out.
So Lulu thanks you for your help, and she was actually able to find some of the people she had worked with before and save them. And she says, I will always be indebted to you for that help. So the next time you are here in Nolans and you need something from me, I'm at your service. Michael, I know you're always here, so I can still be the same old Duchess. And she takes her leave. So at this point, you all are organizing your travel back to whence you came. Is there anything you would like to add for one another before you go your separate ways?
Quite a show you put on, Mesmero. Seems your reputation is well deserved.
It is. Thank you,
Well-
Mr. Wonderstock.
I can assure all of you that I will be writing about this event in many of the journals that I am a frequent contributor to, and I would hope that all of you would offer some sort of a contribution in the same way.
Oh, I'm afraid I'll have to decline, Mr. Duncombe. I am a businessman after all, and I like to keep a very low profile among most folks. But I'm sure that your observations will be more than astute to cover up my absence.
Well, Mr. Wonderstock, if you ever find yourself on the other side of the pond, I hope you will seek me out.
And if you ever find yourself down at Decatur near Canal, I hope that you'll stop into my store. I'd love to extend to you a friends and family discount.
Yes, well, I certainly will, but I do not plan on coming too often. The tea is too sweet here, and the people are too rambunctious, but perhaps my path will take me here again.
It was a pleasure meeting you all the same.
So you all take your leave and go about your own ways, and you do have the opportunity to look about the house more, and you do find a fair amount of secret passages looking around the third floor, looking into the walls and behind the area that you were. There are all kinds of pulleys, there's different kinds of things where it looks like people could push books, throw them. You can see that it was set up and very well thought out. You aren't really sure why any of this was done. From the things you learn about Marie, it just seems like she was crazy, and she had so much money and so much anonymity that she's just done whatever she wanted for a very long time. And time moves on, and the house is abandoned, and it sits there for a while, but we do look in one of those upper windows, and you can see a line of spirits, and they are surrounding someone. As you look in a bit deeper, it is Marie, and they are just taking turns inflicting the same torture on her that she inflicted on them. And that is where we will end.
Beef.
All right, then.
Dark.
Yes, it is quite dark. Lalaurie is a very dark person, and I couldn't just put you at the Lalaurie house because Jordan knows too much about it already.
Oh,
I was also on that ghost tour.
You were, so I mixed them. Thank you guys so very, very much for sticking with me here and going on this journey, this Mysterium journey with me. Thank you guys. Thank you to my players for.
Thank you, Megan. Yay!
Hey.
Yes. So
Jolly good.
I don't. Let me check over here and see if
I
have
think
any-
we've-
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That piece, that puzzle, it got unlocked.
It did.
All right.
It did
Yeah.
I
Yes.
thought we were gonna miss the last one.
I
Wow.
thought we might
okay.
too, but
No,
nope.
spirit
they wouldn't
guides
let
are
it.
crazy.
Oh, we
They
had
are.
some last minute donations. Thank you. Thank you
You
thank
guys
you very
are
much.
fantastic.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Chad.
Yay.
You spirit guides.
There might be a toast or two, I think, as well.
Okay, let me check.
Do we want to do
on
those before
yeah, we can do those before. Oh, yeah, we do
While-
have a couple. Very
While
good.
we check
Okay.
on the toasts, or sorry, they're ready. All right, never mind. We're ready.
All right, so the first one is from Vampire54. What a fun smell you've discovered, and all these lovely bodies. I think this lady needs to be taught a lesson. Yes, indeed, she does.
She
and
was.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And from young Gandeldorf to Megan for doing a wonderful job as GM, and to the rest of the Wildcards for amazing improv. The interludes were fantastic, and I can't wait until the new campaign. Keep up the great work. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you very much. That means a lot.
Thank you.
Thank
yes.
you.
Cheers.
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 All right, what was it that you wanted to do, JCC?
I just wanted to let everyone know that this is the conclusion of Wildcards Interludes. This was the last one, but
Mhm.
next Friday here on twitch.tv/savingthrow show at 8 p.m. Pacific time, we will be doing a chat back for any and all of the questions that you might have for each one of the GMs. We're actually going to post a questions document like we normally do. We'll post that on our social media and in Discord. But you can submit specific questions for each one of the GMs, and we're going to segment it out so that we have equal amounts of time to talk about each show. At the end of that chat back next Friday, we will be announcing both the solution to the puzzle and what's coming next. So there is still time to try and solve the Wildcards campaign puzzle and submit your answers for the contest to potentially win your chance to create a permanent NPC in the new campaign.
Yes, indeed. It's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Oh yeah.
So now do we want to maybe share that clue?
Nope.
I don't know. They
I
might-
don't.
Oh, no.
First thing
Oh.
I want to do is I want people to remember to please turn in your ticket and to the Gen Con. There,
yeah.
last I checked, there were 45 unredeemed tickets. So
Turn 'em in.
If you have not turned it in, please do turn it in. I would love to see that that fill up. And
You can also turn them in after the fact, right?
yes, you can do it. You can do it. You probably have a couple of days. I would do it before Sunday, if you can.
If you don't turn them in, Marie will escape from your body in a gruesome way. So please do.
Yep.
It's true.
Foot
it's
first.
true.
It lets them know you like us.
It
And
does.
If you
It's
don't,
helpful.
it lets them know that you love having murderers erupt from your body.
What do you want?
Either way, they get valuable information about you.
Yeah.
I will say we have more great content that's part of Gen Con Online tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., 1 p.m. Eastern. We are doing a Pirates of Salt Bay. That's going to be on Gen Con TV, twitch.tv/Gen Con TV. So it's not going to be on our channel. It will be on Gen Con TV. And then after that, we are doing a episode of The Broken Pact, which has been long coming, and it will
Yeah.
be centered in Theros. And Jordan Pridgeon and Gaurav Galati are both on that show. So if you enjoyed them here, you'll love them on The Broken Pact.
That's where they
and-
bring their A game.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
they're mid-level here in Wildcards, but on Broken Pact they are
can phone it
amazing.
in here.
Yeah, yeah. And
Thanks.
Sunday, you can see Meghan and Jordan Caves-callarman on a panel, also I believe at 10 a.m. Am I
Yeah, I believe
correct?
it's that time.
For streaming RPG or streaming GMs, basically GMs who stream, and almost all of the GMs from Saving Throw Show will be on that panel. So if you are curious about what goes into creating a game for an audience, you're going to want to check that out. And then at a special time, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern time is New Pantheon, which will be also part of Gen Con Online. So I just wanted to get those out there before everyone left because they got their new clue and they wanted to go set things up. So,
Well, also, I'll add that next weekend on after our chat back, so it will be on Saturday, starting, I believe, at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. We will be doing our longest day marathon.
Yes.
Which is raising money for the Alzheimer's Association. It was with the pandemic and everything, it's been hard to get everything organized this year. So it's still going to be a big blast. We just haven't had as much marketing ahead of time. But please know it's going to be an all-day event. We've got a handful of great games. We're going to have some fun information, all kinds of stuff. So keep your eyes peeled on social media for that. That will be coming up.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I think we are ready to share. All right, here we go. You ready? Everyone ready?
This is the last one.
Last one. And there you go.
Whatever could it be?
You have all of the pieces now. All that remains is to put them together. And I very much look forward to seeing what you all come up with.
Okay.
Dom is
Obviously, Dom is not allowed to play. He's the greatest magician in the world, and it wouldn't be fair.
I can't believe you just gave it to them in this one, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think everybody should put in a guess, regardless of whether or not you know what you think it is, just because I want to read those fun answers too. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
fun.
I just want to see what people think we are going to play based on these clues, and what, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of fun. And if you don't put in a guess, Mesmero will escape from your body in a gruesome way.
But
It's me.
Are we gonna have like a document
possible.
for chat back questions or anything?
Yes.
as previously stated, it will be posted on Twitter and in our Discord.
Great.
And if you want to see any of the old clues that we had, go to the Wildcards page on the Saving Throw channel. It's wildcards.savingthrowshow.com.
Yes, and it's under the tab ?
Yep.
That's the one.
So yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else.
I don't know. I think that's it. Yeah.
You can join us all tomorrow for more Gen Con fun, bright and early in the morning for us, mid-level afternoon for everybody else. That's it.
I'll say to follow us on our socials, Wildcards. We are at Wildcards RPG on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also follow Saving Throw Show, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Same thing. Both of those places are where you're going to see lots of information for what is next for us. Of course, the clues will be listed there. It's a good place to keep track with us. Also, using the hashtag WildcardsRPG is helpful to keep things organized.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Well, then that I think does it for the Wildcards this Friday evening.
Yes, we need to cleanse ourselves of the spirits. Cleanse.
Yeah, cleanse.
Everybody cleanse.
Cleanse of
those
the
dark
spirits.
spirits out. Get out of here, dark
the
spirits.
spirit.
Bye,
Okay,
dark
get
spirits.
Goodbye,
Dark
goodbye, dark
spirits.
spirits.
Get out, dark
Goodbye.
spirits.
Finger guns.
Bye.
Finger